And sound the Yeller horn. Please welcome the 31st Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, Major General John Jensen.
Well, hello, this is John Randall, Minnesota Vikings legend, and it is my pleasure to say, Minnesota Vikings fans uncensored, are you ready? Keith, get your people up. Let's go. Skol, 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 baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Spit on that thing.
I see we got 4 on our roster. Not quite the 7 old girl does, but here we are. Skol, everybody that's on already. Keith doing Keith things in the background.
Skol.
It's a very special night.
Yeah.
Nobody knew.
So Keith will be celebrating his 50th birthday this weekend.
Woo!
5-0, halfway to dead.
He's not turning 50. He's gonna jump on here and kick my ass. That's great. But yeah, so this is Keith's birthday call. So when he does get back on, happy birthday, Mr. President.
He's got a VIP list for tonight too. So
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that. Shaq looking pretty funky tonight. I love the sunglasses, my man.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so what's in the glass, Shaq?
What's in the glass?
It
is some.
You're right, man. It's something good, that's for sure.
It's probably fairly empty based on this.
You can't even pronounce the bottle. Well, whatever. It goes in there.
What's in the glass? It's empty. That's what it is.
Nothing.
About to be. Now it's a cranberry strawberry juice.
There you go.
Yeah, you know.
Good. You got to get
That
your
white-
vitamins. So, looking at Cody's tagline, baseball, he's no pitcher. What would that be in reference to, Cody?
Dallas Turner's wild pitch right that dinged a cameraman, I think. And
Not
our
number
quarterback.
9. Not number 9, right?
Both our first round quarterbacks didn't throw a really good opening pitch, so it's all right. First round picks are first round picks, anyways.
I'm just glad Turner's on his rookie contract, because if he was in his first bag, there'd be a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You know it.
I hope it didn't mess up McCarthy's throwing mechanics, throwing like a baseball player out there. It's not.
They got to retool him again. Minicamp.
Yeah,
Skol, into Skol, Brian.
So do you guys feel like there could be a connection though? Because aren't there some quarterbacks that actually play baseball and use that?
But you look at somebody like Mahomes like a shortstop, so he gets all them arm angles.
Yeah. So, they're not a pitcher comes from back here because you're not supposed to pitch from a 3/4. You get Tommy John surgery like that.
Yeah.
But if you're supposed to be back here,
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, hey, 3 thumbs on each hand.
I feel like it might be just a luxury. It's a luxury to have a quarterback that could actually throw a baseball.
Yeah, it's
Don't
kind
look
of
too
hard to
much into
hold
it.
everybody up to the standard of Patrick Mahomes, right?
There it is.
I mean, everybody wanted the next Tom Brady for 20 years. Now everybody wants the next Pat Mahomes.
Then isn't Kyler Murray one too? Did he get drafted in baseball?
Yeah, he got drafted.
Yeah.
in baseball.
Kyler.
Do you know who has a good pitching motion? It's Tim Tebow. Michael Penix has got a good pitching motion.
I'd agree.
Who else
It's
is
what
that?
you said. It's like that half over thing.
Yeah. Who else has got a good the guy from Nevada, was it Colin Kaepernick? He had a nice little pitching motion, a little wind up.
Yeah. Birthday Boy says the Mahomes had a trash first pitch too, so we've got the next Mahomes. Dallas Turner is the next Mahomes.
Somebody has to be the next just quarterback. Either way.
Yeah. Attaboy. All right. Who cares if they can't throw? They aren't baseball players. That's faux show. That is faux show.
All right, you can stop paddling. I'm here.
I just want to see how he throws the football.
He's 21.
Happy birthday
Oh,
to you.
I don't want to do this.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much, Fish. That was very nice.
The redness is coming out.
Let's knock that off now. We got that out of the way.
What's in your cup?
Same as always, IPA. Got the IPAs every day. Every day that I have a beer, anyways. I don't have a beer every day anymore.
Scroll, Chris.
Yeah, scroll right on. What's up, Chris?
Scrolling by. Keep scrolling.
Happy 49th. Why are they saying happy 49th? What'd you guys say?
Somebody was telling lies.
Yeah. It's halfway to dead.
How did you? Yeah, somebody said half a century.
You know, Shaq's
Half a
kind of already
century?
drunk. He thought it was your 50th, Keith. You don't
Who
worry
did?
about rewatching the beginning part of this part of the show. Just kind of skip
watch.
past all that. Yeah, you don't
You know,
need that.
I never rewatched the show, but now I'm going to. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
I'm gonna
I
rewind
still
right
remember
now.
you see Fish has left the group.
I've actually seen that once, but he didn't leave. I have accidentally booted Fish from the group, and this was recent.
Yep.
So we're 77 days away, like we've been doing the past few weeks. There's not a whole lot of number 77s, but I think there is one that comes to all of our minds when we think about it. And of course, that's Korey Stringer, who unfortunately passed away in, what was it, 2001? Ronaldo, weren't you there?
I was there, baby. I was there.
So he passed away from a heat stroke during, what was it? Was it OTAs or was it training camp? Training camp, right?
Straight up training camp. Yep. 95-degree day. It was like what it is here in New York right now. Crazy.
Drink water.
Yep. Well, he was on ephedrine or something too. He was trying to lose weight on top of it. Yep.
You know what? I didn't know that part.
Yeah. Look it up. I was on ephedrine at the time too, trying to lose weight.
Oh, fuck.
Ephedrine. Okay.
No, Brian Hager, you are right. Mark Mulaney was number 77. The other number 77 that, was pretty good that I don't know of, Ronaldo might know of him. Some of our other guests might know of is Gary Larson.
Yeah.
He's from 1964 to 1974, and he's down as one of the greatest 50 Vikings. But Korey Stringer kind of owns that number, and it is because he died. Let's be honest about it. That's why, and they retired that number, so no one will ever be 77 again.
Gary Larson was like almost the glue to me, like him or Jim Marshall was because you had your two nasty all pros back, and that's all my dad talked about. Gary Larson, the dude, the no teeth and a mustache, like dude's just ridiculously looking mean.
Yeah, like if we knew more about him, like saw him play, we probably could have talked about him a little bit more. But a lot of us, we weren't even born in 1974, which was his last season of playing. So we're gonna keep it Korey Stringer. And I'm gonna be honest, like I honestly don't remember him playing that much. Like I guess I wasn't really into the offensive line at that time.
He was the real deal, man. He was a big boy. He fucking moved people. He's the guy we all want that we don't got. He was a big boy.
Did he play with Brian McKinney, or was Brian McKinney after?
After him. Brian
Yeah.
McKinney replaced him.
Yeah, Corey Dixon, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, was it Corey Dixon? No,
Stringer.
No, David Dixon.
David Dixon.
David Dixon. There it is.
He played inside though, right? It was Dixon and Stringer on the right side, and it was McDaniel, I guess, on the left, right? And
Mhm.
maybe I'm a little off there. Somebody can help me with that. But he was huge, man. He was a monster, and he just buried people.
I still say the biggest thing I remember about it was there was an audio that came out of Mike Tice just running him into the ground, like, pushing him, and I'm like, this dude killed him.
We've
This
had
dude
some.
wouldn't let him, and then he became head coach.
How intensive the practices be, and it's hot outside. Like we do play when it's hot, and we do our jobs. Imagine actually having to practice for football, doing a dangerous sport in the heat, being a big lineman.
I'm pretty sure they were still doing 2-a-days at the time, too. I'm trying to think about it. I think they were.
And what's crazy about coaches running dudes in the ground when it's so hot out, we had KOC when we went to Miami, and it was like 108 degrees down there. Remember they turned the AC off for our guys? You don't need to run dudes in the ground to play football like that.
Back in the day, that was a thinking though, like that you didn't have to do that.
The Oklahoma drill, where you can tell who fucking is the weak because of the ones in the back.
Yeah,
I think Zimmer was the last of that teaching.
Yeah.
Guys would come into camp out of shape in those days too, though. They didn't have like roster bonuses for being in shape at the time. They didn't do that kind of shit. Like they came into camp and got in shape. I mean, maybe that was a little before Stringer, but I don't think they made the full transition to what it's like now by any stretch of the imagination. And I can remember that day, like everybody in the crowd was talking about, hey, why did they push these guys like that? And they kept putting them under tents that day. There's like this big purple and yellow tent off to the right-hand side, and they kept putting guys under the tent. I think I remember, it's a long time ago, but I think I remember seeing Stringer under that tent like 3 or 4 times. He was panting, hurting, and puking that whole practice, just throwing up right on the field. So everybody was talking about it. Then he passed out, and then the ambulance came. That's what I remember. I was 55 feet away from the whole thing. The guy in the field, he died later that night.
Yeah, I remember the next day. I went to work I worked at Kmart back then, and I was walking by. They had like newspaper things where you could buy it for $0.25. And I walked by and I see the Vikings on the front page. I'm like, oh shit! And then I started reading. I'm like, wait, what? I had to fucking buy newspaper real quick. Yeah. That's how I found out about it.
Yeah, you made a good point, David, about how they didn't have roster bonuses back in the day, and they didn't care. I mean, you could tell they didn't care because they were coming off a boat with a bunch of hookers, So,
well, speaking of hookers,
fish after hours.
Let's Skol after dark.
Let's go after dark. So, like I said, they retired his number 77. He's in the Ring of Honor. And that got me to thinking, we didn't put anybody in the Ring of Honor last year. Well, they more like, did ceremonies for Bud Grant, stuff like that, but they didn't put anybody else up there. And I was thinking, like, who deserves to be up there that's not up there? So, like, Cody, do you think that we're going to put anybody in the Ring of Honor this year? And if you think so, who do you think it's going to be?
If I had to choose one, mine's going to be an obscure pick. It's going to be the old training equipment manager, Dennis Ryan. I mean, he had the locker room named after him, the training area named after him. But this dude, he had 5 decades worth of work with the Vikings for retired. He went through like 704 straight games. He's the first guy to invent a clear eye shield ever to be worn in an NFL game. And like you see those, almost every player's wearing them out there in the field now. Those little visor things. He just has such a lineage that goes towards the NFL and how people wear their equipment out there, what they're using out there. I think he belongs in just because of the visor thing, like having the first player to do it. And he spent his whole life with the Vikings as equipment manager, 50 years. Keith's birthday.
Is it? Damn it.
Yes.
Lies and slander going on around here.
That was a good one, Cody. I didn't catch it at first. Now I freaking get it. You meant my actual birthday.
He been listening to too much rap music. It got him going crazy.
Oh, and
that's a good one, Cody. Like, that's out of the box, and that is something that I feel like the Vikings would do. Like, they feel like that kind of organization that would honor somebody like that. They already do have a couple coaches up there, so it's not limited to just players.
And he's been in every single Minnesota Vikings stadium, every home game they played in.
Damn, I feel like you just like kind of took the thunder out of all of this. I should have went to you last because like that's a really good one, and like I'm almost gonna be disappointed if they don't do it.
It was a good one.
I think he deserves
But
it.
if they don't do that, Rinaldi,
Yo,
who do you
boy.
think's getting into the Ring of Honor this year?
Look, this is a really hard question because I don't think there's anybody that's glaringly, oh my God, this guy's it's terrible that this guy's not in there right now. I mean, there's a couple that we got a list, and I'm not going to try and take away any thunder here. So, you know, the one guy I think that deserves to be in is Anthony Carter. It's just really hard for him because there's so many goddamn good receivers in this group. Another receiver on that Ring of Honor, but that dude, his playoff record. I think the '80s teams get the least amount of love and attention out of everybody. I think it would be a really good honor to see an '80s guy get up in that ring, especially Anthony Carter. He was one of the best Vikings of all time, and especially when you throw in his playoff record, it was insane. I do want to make one quick honorable mention that we don't have on the list.
Go for it.
What do you guys think? Kyle Rudolph. Too strong a Minnesotan to not consider him, in my opinion. I mean, just, you know, as a guy in the area, loved.
You know what? I'm not going to say that he's not going to get up there because he is one of the better tight ends in our history. But I think there's some people in front of him. But you said honorable mention, so maybe at some point. And I wouldn't be against it, but I do think there's a couple that maybe should go before him. But I agree with you that Anthony Carter should be up there, and not just because. I mean, he should not get in because he's a receiver. Because there are two receivers are in is Moss and Carter, and he's third in every other stat that we have. So he's like one of our top three receivers in our history. So I'm not gonna be mad they put three wide receivers up there. And to be honest, when I started researching this, I was really shocked that he was not up there already. I had to like go and like double check different sources. I was like, how is Anthony Carter not up there? Like, and they just put Jared Allen in, which Jared Allen totally deserved it. But like Anthony Carter retired like 20 years before that. Like,
He should be in.
that was a good one. Who you got, Fish?
Well, like David, I'm keying in on the disrespect of the '80s, and I'm going to go with the gentlemanly Keith Millard. Like our most recent addition, he played for the Vikings for 6 years and was absolutely dominant. As a matter of fact, his last 2 seasons with the Viking, he had MVP votes. And I believe he won Defensive Player of the Year in one of them. And I think his final season, if I remember correctly, with us, he had 18 sacks. I mean, damn. You know, another defensive lineman. There's several defensive linemen in, or at least multiple, and from the '80s. But yeah, Keith Millard, he dictated how the defense ran.
Didn't he have like an injury kind of derail him?
Yes.
Yeah, after his 6th season, he lost a whole season because of a knee injury, and then he went and played elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Skol?
Skol, Unc.
Go on.
Yeah, Leonard said Kevin Williams. I think Kevin Williams is already in the Ring of Honor.
He is,
Yeah.
He is actually. Kevin Williams is in the Ring of Honor.
and deservedly so.
Yes.
Certainly so.
He
But you
should
know
be
what?
in
I don't remember like that ceremony or anything like the Jared Allen one. I remember that. I don't remember the hoopla or anything for the Kevin Williams. Maybe because he didn't ride out on a horse. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Linda
they
asked-
probably just sort of passed over it and had to wait a little while before they could actually have the ceremony.
someone else had to have a ceremony before them, and then they
Yeah.
come back and have a ceremony.
Yeah, it's kind of a rush.
Time
You
ran
know,
out.
that's a if you know, you know. Okay, we're not going to explain that one because if you don't know,
And
you
you
probably shouldn't be
should.
here. Yeah, you shouldn't be here if you don't know. Linda asked why not Adrian Peterson, and this is where I gotta say, I know he didn't play last year. I don't know if he played the year before, but he has not retired yet.
But
And-
when he does retire and he gets that
Oh.
1-day contract, I guarantee on that 1-day contract while he's in that stadium, he gets immediately thrown in that Ring of Honor. That's my
Oh yeah, he's gonna get everything that he deserves from this team. Like,
My running
Question.
joke was the reason was because he wanted $8 million for that 1-day contract. That's my running joke on that. Why he hasn't retired a Viking yet.
Is that child
Would you
support?
guys?
Oh, Chris Dolman, Alex, man, I was watching Chris Dolman videos the other day. Oh my gosh.
he's
An
probably
animal.
my first favorite player. He's probably my first favorite player, like that I can remember.
Animal.
Because every time he got a sack, my dad's like, Dolman. So like, I was like, Dolman. Like, I was thinking, and yes, Sean, he is in the Ring of Honor, so no worries there.
I will say, because I was kind of looking for snubs and whatnot, and I really got into that 80s defense, and I was a teenager, so I watched the Vikings. I like the Vikings, but I didn't pay that much attention to them. And when you look at the players they had on that defense, oh my God, they were good. They were really good.
So Hager's comment, I think that's the case of one of those things where a player maybe stayed a little bit too long and you forget just how good they actually were for us.
The
Big
slowest kind of in the league, but he can catch everything.
Big catches in playoff games too. Big catches in weird spots. Look, I don't think he's like a superstar, Hager. You're not. I mean, it's not. I was just trying to throw one out there that was just a little offbeat too. I don't think the guy's fucking Hall of Fame, man.
You don't gotta explain yourself to him, Ronaldo. It was a good call out. You said honorable mention.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, a big pussy.
And for that 100% completely legit and legal touchdown reception he had to defeat the Saints, he deserves to go in for that completely non-push off, 100% straight up above the board.
And he totally didn't hesitate before celebrating and looking around either.
Per
And then
flag,
did an awkward celebration after.
Yeah,
What about can I do an honorable mention?
yeah,
I want to do kicker Fred Cox.
Yeah, boy, that's a good one. I love
The
that.
Vikings all-time point score leader, right? He is one of 2 kickers in the top 5. We have a wide receiver and a running back in there. That list is usually all kickers if you look at teams, not a wide receiver or a running. So that's how bad of a string of kickers that we've had in our or the 1 to 2
Oh,
year
so you're
guys.
saying he belongs just because of attrition? Okay, I'm with it.
Yes, he belongs in there.
When did he
He's
play?
also the inventor of the Nerf football.
He is.
The Nerf football. Yeah.
Anybody?
When did
Somebody
he
gotta look
play?
up. When did he play 70s, bro? 70s.
Yeah,
He's
1963
straight on
to
kicker.
67.
Straight on.
So
That
the
guy-
funny thing about that is my daughter, she's in 5th grade and she had to do a state project and she got the state Minnesota, which was kind of funny. And she's kind of anti-Vikings just because she doesn't like how into it I am and everything. So she likes hockey. So she's kind of like, I don't like football. But one of the things she put in there was, oh, the Nerf football is invented in Minnesota. I was like, oh, do you want to know a little more about that?
How about
And I
Fred
told-
Cox?
And I told her it was invented by a former Minnesota Viking. She didn't like that, and she did not add it to her report.
Oh, he shouldn't have said nothing later. Like it's chicken, I promise.
How about Fred Cox's field goal percentage? Anybody want to give an over/under on 75%?
I'm going
Under.
over. I'm going 88.
I'm going under.
62%.
I was gonna say a lot under because like 60% was like average back then.
It was.
Oh yeah. He was kicking off ice.
We just got better at kicking.
Fuad Revez, yeah, I like Fuad Revez. I was like the first kicker I remember as a kid too. So I liked him.
That's so bad. 60% is or 66 is so bad, and he's still our points leader.
That's why I had to look it up.
Hey, that's how much we scored touchdowns, bro. He's getting those extra points like nothing.
You know who wasn't getting extra points? Greg Joseph.
No, not extra points.
And I thought he was going to be your mention for the Ring of Honor. Damn.
But Cody, you know what? He's probably going to be our points leader forever because unlike back then, players don't stay on teams long enough to get those records, those team records. Like team records are pretty freaking safe these days because no one stays on a team long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can get season-long records, but to get like something for a career, it's probably not going to happen too much more, except for maybe quarterbacks. They're the only ones who seem to stay on teams for a long time. So
Skol, Peterson?
Shaq, who you putting in to the Ring of Honor?
So I'm disappointed in you guys. How can y'all name Steve Hutchinson, the guard who helped AP get his yardage? When's the last time we had an all-pro guard? I can name a
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson?
Had to be. Really?
How long ago was that? How long ago was that? That was a long time since we had an elite.
About 12, 13 years ago.
Cussy.
That's too long.
Hutchinson belongs on the list just with the purple pill, the poison pill trade, regardless.
Like he was a 3-time All-Pro.
John Sullivan.
Yeah, like just saying the name, like you don't even really got to sell him. Like I think every Viking fan should be like, "Oh yeah, definitely."
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a good one.
Was it him, McKinney, Sullivan, Burke? That was an offensive line.
Matt Burke, man, he was a good sell.
Yeah,
he might be due.
And then I feel like that's what I wanted to bring up earlier. Our offensive line always seems to be the problem throughout each decade. Go
ahead and rip, David. You said something about that from what, 2016?
I did what?
Remember when you said something about that from 2016 where our offensive line coach died, our offensive line played like crap, and since then our offensive line's been the problem?
Yeah, but Shaq just said that it's been the problem for a long time. We had some great offensive lines, bro. Crazy ones. In the 80s, Randall McDaniel, Ron Yeri.
But that's a long time. That's a long time. He said a long time. 80's a long time.
Okay.
I was born in the 80s. So I can't be 50.
What has been doing since that time? Like you still need an offensive line to compete in the NFL unless you have an elite quarterback.
You know
which we do now.
What do you think of the line now, though? I mean, they've invested a shitload of picks and money in the line. I know that the inside everybody hates them, but it's not a bad line, man. Come on, yeah, Shaq, he did it.
I mean, our line, I think it's a lot more crap than it deserves, actually, and I think a lot of that has to do because that's what we pay attention to. Like we watch other football games, but we're not necessarily watching the Buffalo Bills offensive line.
No.
And the truth is, there's maybe 5 teams that have a solid offensive line. The rest are just trying to make it. And then, there's the back half that are just trash. And we're not part of that. We're part of the just trying to make it. Like, we were top 10 in run blocking last year, and we were top 3 in pass blocking. Like, and yes, that goes off PFF. So sure, take that with a grain of salt. But it means we didn't suck.
It's the quote, one bad thing takes away the 100 attaboys, like the 100 good jobs. Like that's when true. Ingram swiped the ball away from Cousins in that game, it was put Ingram's head on a fucking stick. That's how it was at points.
And then step on his foot.
Yeah, stepped on his foot. Like this is those one bad things take away from everything good he did throughout that whole season.
So 2 things. 1, Mike Breedy has checked in. You are now free to move about the cabin. And 2, let's go back to, remember when we were talking about starting guard money a week or 2 ago, and there's only a handful of guards that make over $10 million?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sort of kind of goes with there's only a handful of really good offensive lines because you've only got a handful of interior linemen who are worth it to make the interior of that offensive line that good.
And we have one of the best tackle groups in the league. So I mean, we have more going for us than a lot of other teams, but it doesn't help your offensive line case when you don't have Case Keenum and instead you got a statue quarterback back there. It doesn't help your offensive line at all.
Who's Sam Darnold?
You forgot to mention we also got cap space. So the top interior offensive lineman is making how much?
$8 million,
Roughly 18.
Oh, the top ones are making like 18 to 20, but there's only like 5 of them. The average
And
is
they're
like
all
18.
taken.
Yeah.
I'm
But
saying
we'll see.
we got
Next year we're going shopping, guys. We're not even drafting next year. We're just going shopping.
We can't draft.
Right.
We lost those copies.
We're gonna make that first round pick, and then they're gonna go golfing. So we're shopping during free agency.
I'm all right with that.
So
offensive line got the money. That's all
the guy that I'm gonna put into the Ring of Honor is one of my favorite players, and he plays one of my favorite positions, and that's Antoine Winfield. I think it's a bit overdue for him. Are you shocked, Shaq?
Nah.
Does
That was my favorite.
Does he go to the Bills Ring of Honor or our Ring of Honor? Though?
No, he goes to our Ring of Honor. He goes and visits the Jets Ring of Honor, but then he turns around and goes to Minnesota's Ring of Honor. And if you know that too.
Yeah. He
So-
deserved to be there.
Tackling corner of all time.
Yes, he was a tackling corner, and that's what I loved about him. Like he was like not most of his tackles, but a big majority of his tackles did come in the backfield. Like he was going back there and making hits. Like I think he's top 5 in our whole history for tackles for losses, and that's as a cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Well, he definitely plays better than a Caleb Evans. He tackles better than him. I can tell you that. Oh, it's my Caleb Evans.
Caleb Evans.
There's a drinking game going on here.
Every time Cody says a Caleb Evans, you got to take a drink. And I have a feeling we're going to end up.
Brian Peterson's already starting off with the malaria comments.
I thought he was going to be out killing something.
Yeah, no. Take some of your the alternate COVID shot pill, the hydrochloroquine. You'd be fine.
There you go. Hydrochloroquine.
Yeah, you'd be fine. Hey, that shit works, man.
So there was a couple other guys I was thinking about, but Winfield was just too dominant for me. Like he should be in there, no doubt about it. But what do you guys think about Robert Smith?
100%.
Is he there or no?
He should
be. I mean,
I was not
in
a
my
fan
lifetime,
of his,
he's the
to be
second best
honest,
running
but
back for the Vikings.
Second best?
second best.
In my lifetime. In my lifetime.
Okay.
If he didn't leave his
Yeah,
playbook-
David was about to whip out Chuck Foreman and step
No,
all
I
over
was.
you.
I realize every time I talk, I have to qualify it because a lot of my takes, I kind of omit the 70s and even some of the 80s because to me, that's kind of its own history. And especially, I mean, we play more games now. The game is different. You can't really compare these guys to those guys back then. I mean, it's fun to do sometimes, but a lot of times when I'm thinking about like what we should talk about and stuff, I kind of keep it within like 30 years.
Yeah.
And it's not to be disrespectful, but I never saw the guys play. All I got is your guys' stories.
That's fair. Robert Smith at his peak was great. My problem with Robert Smith was that he was hurt for his first 2 or 3 years and didn't get off the bench really. I mean, if that was now, we'd have Viking fans calling him Lewis Seen. Trust me, the dude was not playing. That's how long it took him to get going. And then at the end, he started running out of bounds a lot, and you heard all that coming from all the fans too. I think the guy was amazing. I love watching him. A little too upright for me, but you get him loose out in the open. That boy was catching a touchdown. He was hitting that goal line, no problem. I love Robert Smith. I think he deserves to be in. I can see the argument against it though.
I agree, and people's most of the arguments I'm seeing in the comments against it are just about the injuries, like in health and stuff. That's true. He did have injury concerns, but
Here's
as
one
far as
thing
being
about the injuries.
Go ahead.
He started running out of bounds to avoid getting injured, and then he started getting injured while running out of bounds. It was crazy. He would take a hit going out of bounds and be out.
My
He
problem
sounds like
with this
Latavius Murray to me. The way you describe him sounds like Latavius Murray.
It's
I mean,
similar.
they're pretty similar, but I mean, Robert Smith to me was better. but I mean, they kind of had a similar
I
style.
believe so. It's not. I don't believe Latavius Murray was that great of a running back, so I believe so. Robert Smith was better.
Oh, I like Latavius. I really do. I don't know what it is. It seems like he never gets that chance to be the guy, but like he excels in what he does, and maybe that's why. I mean, it's like, hey, you're good at doing this, and we're just going to keep you doing that. We don't need to give you any more.
Latavius
1,200 yard back before we took him. Before we got him.
He started running back.
Huh? Him and Jerick McKinnon together.
Yeah.
Him and Jerick McKinnon split.
Who was starting?
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, but
And then he tore his knee.
Before we got Murray, he was a 1,200 yard back with the Raiders, wasn't he?
Yeah. We got him.
Yeah.
We got him to replace AP. But he split with Jerick.
If Robert Smith didn't leave his playbook behind in 2001, we'd won an NFC conference.
That's another one you got to drink to. Anytime you
I need to start getting alcohol involved here.
Hey, what is Robert Smith's for the chat? What is Robert Smith's nickname?
I don't remember his
name. Spin Doctor?
Spin Doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Pulled that one out of my ass. That's because he was a doctor, though, basically. Like, it was funny. I remember one time he had a hernia, and he was on the sideline, and the sports person was, like, interviewing him, and they're like, so you're out with the sports hernia. Can you tell us what's the difference between a hernia and a sports hernia? He's like, well, I'm an athlete, and I play sports, so when I get a hernia, they call it a sports hernia.
That's putting that PhD to work right there, man.
I know. Like, damn. That was deep.
Oh, Brian Peterson watching TikTok
right now.
Better watch out.
Brian Peterson
What's
throwing
up,
some
boy?
hot two out there.
Here's some Hawk Tua for you guys. And I have to do this. I'm gonna start with you, Shaq. Will Kirk Cousins end up in the Ring of Honor?
I say one day. One day. Like 2070.
when none of us will see it?
I won't.
2070.
2070?
You know, he was a good quarterback. He got the stats,
I mean, if you're looking like 20 years from now and you're like just looking at the stats, yeah, you probably would say that. So
I said one day. But
what do you think, Cody?
See, I put Kirk Cousins as a Vikings quarterback. I mean, we haven't had many Vikings quarterbacks that have been good. Let's be honest.
And that's part of it.
In the Dante Culpepper realm, like
Case
you know,
just
that you know, like they got us there, and then they didn't. You know,
Jeff
like
George.
I put him in. That's where I'd put him there. I'd put him with the Dante Culpepper realm. He might make it. It'll probably be the same year Dante Culpepper makes it, when we haven't had our quarterback for the next in the Ring of Honor be inducted for the next 50 years. I think there's like, fuck it, just throw two in there so we have something. And I think that's how that's going to go down.
What about you, Fish? What do you think?
To make it.
I'm about to piss some people off, but I'm just going to throw out a hypothetical. If the Falcons were to make it to the NFC Championship game with him as their quarterback, he'd be going into the Hall of Fame.
Nah.
Championship game?
Wait, you said it's NFC Championship? No way. No way.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be top 10.
You're not ruffling feathers. You're just wrong.
Super Bowl, maybe.
He's going to be top 10 in all quarterback categories. You guys are full of shit.
I hope JJ eclipsed Cuzzy.
See, I don't think the Hall of Fame goes based off the stats you're talking about, though. He doesn't have any hardware.
Neither does Dan Marino.
Neither does Dan Marino.
Dan Marino. Okay, well, at least Dan Marino.
Dan Fouts.
He ain't no Dan Marino or Dan Fouts.
And
I hear you.
And for the
I hear you, but if we did a player comparison, player A versus player B, it'd probably be a little tougher than you think.
Maybe
you shouldn't be spitting it. Maybe you shouldn't be spitting that Fish, and could have used that one. Now that one's scrapped.
Wow.
Ronaldo, is Kirk Cousins getting the Ring of Honor?
No, please. Here. No, Cousins sucks. But look,
Cousins sucks.
I was being nice about it.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about I don't know, somebody kind of mentioned it, but I think we have to take it a little further. I think this whole Ring of Honor idea, when a guy has like 5 out of his 12 years as a Viking, I don't buy into that, man. It's the Minnesota fucking Vikings Ring of Honor. It's not the Washington Redskins Falcon Vikings Ring of Honor. It's the Minnesota Vikings Ring of Honor. And that motherfucker didn't do shit for the Minnesota Vikings. He got 1 playoff win. That is not a man that deserves to be the Minnesota Vikings Ring of Honor. Get the fuck out of here.
So did everybody choose a player that didn't start their career Viking and ended their career Viking? Dennis Ryan
won a Super Bowl? No, definitely not won a Super Bowl. So I'm going to take a bit of a different stance here, and I'm going to say it's a shoo-in for the reason you just said, Rinaldi, but opposite of why you're saying it, because it's the Minnesota Viking Ring of Honor, and he is the Minnesota Vikings leader in just about every stat, or second in just about every stat. And there's only one quarterback up there right now, and it's Fran Tarkenton. So the only person he trails in anything that's a good stat is Fran Tarkenton. So if it was the NFL Ring of Honor, no. So Hall of Fame, fuck no. The Vikings Ring of Honor, I think it's a shoo-in.
I mean, if you look at his weapons when he played, Kirk Cousins had one of the best offensive weapons in Vikings history. We cannot deny at one point.
I'm not denying that. But we got defensive guys who were part of the best defense in history. Like,
he also played in 16-game seasons and 17-game seasons.
Yeah, but he probably missed at least one to take back down to 16. All I'm saying is he rewrote our record books as far as a quarterback. You want to showcase quarterbacks kind of in your history. Like, I think he's going to be up there, like, without a doubt. I mean, it might take new ownership or something to do it, but
27.
I think he's getting up there.
Vikings fans can thank RG3. If he didn't get injured, Cousins doesn't even sniff the field from a starter perspective.
Dylan, Chad Greenway is not in the Ring of Honor yet, but he is one on my list that I think should be there. He leads this franchise in tackles when you include solo tackles and tackle assists by about 200 to 300 tackles over Harrison Smith. So, and he was a lifer. He was a lifer, and not like one of these 5-6 year lifers. He played like 9-10 seasons. He even missed the whole first season and still played 9 or 10 seasons with us. So. Yeah, no, he's a lifer. He's a Viking. Like, he should be up there just because he is a Viking. Like Harrison Smith is a Viking. Chad Greenway is a Viking.
You got to draft them Hawkeyes.
Does Ben Luba make it?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
What about Chris Hovan?
Okay, now we're getting crazy because you guys are saying all these stupid names, but you won't say fucking Case Keenum.
How about
the man who took us?
Robbie, Joey Brown.
I said Kirk makes it. Case Keenum deserves to make it.
He's actually.
I like that, Jack. I like that.
Joey Brown.
They're going to be co-inductees.
All right. So the Vikings did something they did last year. They signed a UFL player as a UDFA. You guys see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in June. This is exciting times. This is the news, fellas. So he was defensive tackle. He played for the Renegades in the UFL. Fish has been looking for somebody in the trenches, saying the Vikings aren't addressing the trenches. Here you go, buddy. A little bit of addressing here.
Yeah. Paper or plastic. So he's a 6'2", 279-pound defensive tackle.
Oh, Shaq, me and your boy are gonna fight.
Yep.
That got washed out last year from somebody's practice squad, showed up in the UFL and played against people who were washed out from other teams' practice squads. But
he was the best of the washed out practice squatters.
Yeah, I'm excited. This guy is going to be stalwart.
I can't. You know what? Keep going, because I want to play this back for you at some point.
We're 6 players away from an XFL team with a good ass wide receiver.
I know, man. And to be honest with you, I think
at least we have Jordan Addison, right?
I think we'd have 2 losses in the XFL. Just saying.
Oh, wow. So now we're just saying anything.
Yeah, we are.
Does he count towards the cap?
I mean,
Yes.
while we're at it, let's bring
He's a
Jordan
UDFA.
Teamu.
He got paid to sign.
Let's bring Jordan Teamu back because there was a song made about him. What's that mean? I love you or some shit. Nah, I mean, look, if the guy ends up playing well, that's great, but I'm just not excited about.
What you're doing right now, Fish, is kind of what people did about Ivan Pace. Oh, he's a UDFA. Who cares if he was any good? He would have been drafted. So
no, there's a difference. This guy already had his shot and got washed out. So no, there's a difference. Ivan Pace came on the scene and wrecked shit. This guy came on the scene like Ron Dane and became the pudgy kid because he's not in college anymore and got knocked around. So no,
he did not get knocked around. That is not the truth. He's actually really hard to knock around. Like he didn't even get a chance. Look. So let's put some context to this because we're talking about the Carolina Panthers here. Okay, so I'm not gonna use them as a judge of character or talent.
So was it last year or 2 years ago he was on the Panthers?
2023, they signed as a UDFA. They let him go before the season started.
He got let go
before preseason.
Yeah, he did.
Before preseason.
He got let go from the Panthers.
Yeah, so did Sam Darnold.
So wait. They also let go Brian Burns. I mean, they had Brian Burns at the time.
They traded Brian Burns.
Yeah, the 2023 Panthers are the epitome of an NFL franchise. Give me a break.
Wait, they got defensive tackle? Who's they
That's right. I'm going to use that. Like that could be a blessing for us that they let him go. Like we need a defensive tackle, and let me tell you a little bit about him. He played for the Oklahoma Sooners in college. He started 19 of 36 games that he played in. He had 71 tackles, and of those 71 tackles, 32 of them were for loss. So that means playing at Oklahoma, he was playing good talent, playing against good players, and he was getting to the backfield. He also had 14 sacks for a defensive tackle. Pretty good. In the UDFA, he only played 4 games there. And in those 4 games, he had 18 tackles, 6 of them being for loss, 4 sacks in 4 games. So there is something there. I get you're going to say the competition, blah, 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 but he elevated above the competition he was playing and deserves a shot at the next level.
I mean, he might have a chance. Ivan Pace only had to beat Asamoah out for a fucking starting position.
He even said the name right, though, so I'm happy.
Way to go.
I guess he's going. He has a chance, I guess. There's not much talent there where he can't fail. I mean,
Cody, where did Gabe Davis sign?
Raiders.
Somebody tell me where Gabe Davis signed so I could tell Dakota to shut up for the last 3 to 4 weeks saying he wants Gabe Davis for wide receiver 3.
He signed with the Jaguars.
He signed with the Jaguars. Gabe Davis is on the Jaguars, Dakota. It's not gonna happen. Stop trying to make Gabe Davis happen. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, I'm with Dakota. Give us Gabe Davis. We already got.
Cool. Give me Patrick Mahomes. Fuck it. Just give me all these guys.
I'm looking at we talk about the Panthers. Let's see what they want for Derek Brown.
I mean, the Panthers can be had. They still under the same ownership. So, like, I'm not counting this guy getting cut by the Panthers because it's the Panthers. If it was a competent franchise, I might be on board with it. But I'm going into the season positive, guys. Okay?
You know what?
You guys have been in that uncensored group too long. You guys are all negative.
I just want to make one little comment. We're about 48 minutes in this, and we already got this going from Shaq. That's awesome, man. This is going to be a great call.
We got Swain Shaq.
We got the wobble going on early. I love it.
So the last thing I want to say on this guy, Jalen Redmond, he's 25 years old, 6'2", 291 pounds, and I'm not gonna act like I watched this guy and know everything about him, but when I was reading about him, a couple notes that I took that I liked was he has a strong base, can take on the double teams. He's an anchor. He doesn't bend to pressure, so he's not getting moved off his spot. He can take on the double team. He can eat blocks, so our linebackers can be free. He's a guy you're not going to notice every play, but he's a block eater and ability to make explosive plays. Like, you're not going to see him a lot, hear about him a lot, but once boom, he made another tackle in the backfield. Like, that's the kind of player he is. So if he can do that at this level, we might have something here. Likely the practice squad guy, but I'm just saying.
I pay attention to this big booty Judy and see if he can hold up the point of attack. I don't care if the man don't get a single tackle. If he can hold up the point of attack, I'm in it to win.
That's his job. And he's also got a good first step from what I read about it. He's not going to pursue after that first step, but he can beat guys on the line off that first step, which is the TFLs and those couple of sacks that he got. So if he, it's the stuff that we always want to see coming up the middle in our defense. So we'll see if that happens.
He's definitely going to team because he's going to look good against Bradbury and Ingram. So,
but he might have just forced what's his name, Drake Rodriguez, out of a roster spot.
There you go.
I want
to, or might have forced the man out of Drake Rodriguez to step up. Competition is a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
Practice squad.
Yeah.
He can make practice squad. At the end of the day, you can't get attached to third and fourth round pick. Well, not fourth round picks, but third and fourth round.
That's who I get attached to, though. Everybody's already attached to the first rounders and the stars. Fuck those guys.
We look at
I want the blue collar guys. I want the blue collar guys.
Gee, we trying to win a ring. They holding us back.
No, that's false. You win rings with those middle round guys, and you don't win rings by signing these expensive guys that you got in the first round, and now they're holding your team down. You win with those guys.
When our stars go down and need a break, what do those guys do? They don't step up. That's why we always crumble.
Well, that is a drafting issue, Shaq, and we need to get better at drafting in those third, fourth, and fifth rounds.
Well, we can't.
I'm kind of tired of us taking these washed-up bums that weren't any good and say, well, with our coaches, we can make them into something. Come on,
He's 25 years old, Fish. He's a washed-up bum already?
He's been able to.
He was in the draft last year. He's a washed-up bum already?
Also, he was an old draftee.
He's an XFL player. This isn't
for 4 games. He played there for 4 games, and now that's his legacy?
Or the Redskins win the Super Bowl with Doug Williams. This isn't
He got cut from one of the worst defenses in the league.
By the worst run team in the league.
Yo, don't do that to my boy. I'm trying to kill him. Let him get the preseason first.
Shaq, we start him in preseason.
Let him get the preseason first.
He needs some snacks.
You guys are being mean today. I don't like it.
Well, we got all our niceness out of the way in the first 5 minutes. This is just counterbalance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't here for that.
They're about to make a movie, Replacements 2, and it's going to be our team.
This is ridiculous. I can't wait till we win 11 games and go to.
We're going to be so bad.
I hate that I got to be the positive one of this group. And I can't even get any support.
I can't wait till.
Hey, who in the chat wants to come on this show and give us some support?
I can't wait.
We're going to be so bad. Our games are going to be broadcast on ESPN 8, the Ocho.
No, it's going to be broadcast on radio, and that's about it.
That would be cheaper than YouTube, so
or Univision. We're going to be broadcast on Univision.
It's cheaper than YouTube and streams better than Stream East. So I'm not mad at it, and I will learn Spanish in the process. Win, win, win.
Hey, where's the StreamYard logo? I don't see
it. 53 minutes, 52 seconds in. All right.
Yep. Timed it.
Come on, Fish. You know that took longer than you thought, right?
I know it did. Earlier, I was stretching out, and I was hoping Shaq would notice. I was doing the whole stretch because we got all this room.
Shaq told me at a bad time.
I think I caught you at a great time. I think I got you.
Like, I can see the top of your head now. That's great. Because I was like, yo, we got to get rid of that shit. I'm like, yo, looking at the playback, no.
It's gone for 365 days.
There we go, baby.
So let me tell you all something. I just thought of it. You know that meme where you've got Robert De Niro going like this and Al Pacino like this, that's Darnold and this new guy, whoever we were just talking about, Redmond, because they just both got run out of the Panthers last year, and now they're on the Vikings, and they're like.
And one of you, I mean, you guys are backing one of them and shitting on the other.
I'm not going to shit on both.
Wait,
hold on. Who's backing Darnold?
Oh, okay.
Guy,
I guess I'm sorry. I guess I will excuse you from that because you did say if we had Mullen starting, we'd win an extra game and go to the playoffs.
There you go.
2 extra games, and I did not say playoffs. I said 9 wins.
That's a playoff.
I gotta ask you a question. When Darnold was playing with the Jets, did you at all one time call him not good or trash?
I called the Jets trash the whole time because it's not only Sam Darnold. You got to look at all the quarterbacks they drafted. When we complain about our quarterback play, no, it's nothing like the Jets. The Jets don't block for shit, and they don't have a number 1 receiver. So you talking about the quarterback doesn't have no outlet? Sam Darnold didn't have no number 1 receivers, and they didn't block. They tried to give him an offensive line, but it was too late.
I'm going to have to search your Facebook because I'm going to find Sam Darnold is garbage on your post.
Yeah.
I don't think he will because he's a USC fan. I don't think you're going to find it.
So wait, I'll be honest with Sam Darnold. I know Sam Darnold is inconsistent, but he could do the things Case Keenum did, and he has a stronger arm.
Ooh, that's fighting.
Which is avoid pressure.
Hold on. You know what? I kind of phased out because I was reading the chat, but I heard Case Keenum in there, and it didn't sound like in a nice way. Can you repeat that, please?
What are you talking about? He could do what Case Keenum did, but he has a stronger arm.
Fucking bullshit that he could do what Case Keenum did. Case Keenum started more games than he did in that time period that Darnold's played. What the fuck you mean he could do what he could do? No, he can't.
Just a tad
Case
above
Keenum,
500.
I can't
start in his career.
Just a tad above 500.
More than Sam Darnold.
Interception ratio. It's good. Shit, Jameis Winston has a better touchdown interception ratio than Sam Darnold does.
Ouch.
I mean, I'd almost say that. I'd almost say that. If Hawkinson was back, I would almost say that Darnold is playing with a better deck of cards than Keenum was, and he ain't gonna win 13 games, pal. He ain't gonna win 13 games.
So hear me out.
No.
Hear me out. If the defense is playing like how they did back in the day, and we have Sam Darnold playing like how Case Keenum was with a better arm, we at least go to the NFC Championship game this year, 1 year, and then get rid of Sam Darnold.
So he'll do exactly what Case Keenum did, but that'll make him better.
Yes.
Have another one.
Sam Darnold is good after calling him trash for his years at the Jets. And then with the Panthers, he still wasn't.
So Case Keenum, okay, we're gonna do it. Fuck it. You want to talk Case Keenum? We'll talk Case Keenum. Happy birthday! So
this is their birthday gift to you, Keith.
Everybody wants to say Case Keenum, number 1 defense, but then we went and signed this other quarterback the season later, right? Kirk Cousins, and it's like, oh wait, we didn't have the number 1 defense with Kirk Cousins though. But wait, shouldn't Kirk Cousins have been better than Case Keenum and should have been able to operate with the defense not as great? It was still a top 5-6 defense, and we went 8-8 with that man.
I feel like I should
don't
be doing the Will Smith
the number 1 defense
like this with Jada Pinkett.
I don't care about the way,
defense. Alex Hortis, 2 books. Just saying.
We didn't lose all our corners. We had Xavier Rhodes was still playing.
She might be the one.
I'm just saying, if Sam Darnold could give us what Case Keenum did, and our defense doesn't fall apart like they did, we could go to the NFC Championship game.
If any quarterback in this motherfucking world gave us what Case Keenum did, that we can go to the NFC Championship.
I mean,
it doesn't have to be Sam Darnold. If we go get Johnny Manziel and he does what Case Keenum did, like, I'm doubting his ability to do what Case Keenum did with better options on offense. So all right, I'm glad we got to get that out the way.
All right.
Prime Diggs and Prime Thielen were pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Pretty good? Pretty good?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Oh, but Justin Jefferson's not better than either, right? Justin Jefferson's not better than either of them, right?
He
I mean,
is.
No, he's not.
That's only one.
Oh, and Addison isn't on the level of like Thielen and Diggs at that point.
Addison just getting started.
Hawkinson
Diggs
isn't
and
the best
Thielen
tight end that we've ever had.
Versus Rudolph
Kyle
back
Rudolph?
then.
Yeah, I'll take Hawkinson over young Rudolph.
I would too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, keep digging.
Dylan wants to get on here and wish you a happy birthday. He's chomping at the bit, Keith.
Dylan wants to get on here and fight, and he can have a fight.
Yeah, he
Let's
was
go,
talking
boy.
shit.
Let's go.
He was talking shit to the
Sean.
Bleacher Report guy, and the Bleacher Report guy put him in his chair.
I want to give a shout out to Mekhi Blackman real quick, and then I'll put the link in, and we'll get some guests up in here. But
Yes.
Wait. What school he went to?
Mekhi Blackman, I don't know it. I thought it was USC, but then we were on a different show a couple weeks ago, and they told us that school's not called USC. I think they were a Gamecock or something like that. I don't know. Yes, he was a Trojan,
Yes.
and I think he's going to be a starter this year, and I think PFF agrees with me, which might not be good for my case, actually, but it's a story. Mekhi Blackman was named the PFF's 2024 All-Breakout Team, which they made their All-Breakout Team, which is players that have 3 or less years experience. And out of that, there was 3 cornerbacks, and he was one of them. So, to me, that's in a position we're weak at, that's some good news.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you buying this, or is this
Yes.
smoke?
Yes. I'm buying it.
Go ahead, Cody.
I can tell you this. Who's not going to be starting at cornerback? Caleb
Who?
Evans.
I know
Yes,
you guys
I'm
like to
fine.
shit on the Caleb Evans, but go
I
ahead and
think-
watch the Buccaneers game. Go ahead and watch
I'm not
the
hating on Caleb
Buccaneers
Evans.
game.
It's just become a game with Cody because he's always going to talk about Caleb Evans getting cut. So take a drink.
He got benched
Who was
during the
covering
season.
Mike Evans?
He's even gotten benched during OTAs this year. Like, what do you want to do with the guy?
OTAs. OTAs. Come on.
OTAs, and he's already getting benched.
Yeah, because benching in OTAs matters. Stop.
I'm
Let's
just
see at the beginning
saying.
of the season, then you got
The
He
Buccaneers
was the
game.
fourth
Yeah,
quarterback
Caleb Evans
this
had bad
season
games,
on the depth
but he
chart.
also held his own against Mike Evans. If you go watch the games,
So I watched the games. I know how many yards in separation he's given up. I know how many yards he's given up.
but Caleb Evans wouldn't stand there and watch a defender get mauled and just stand there and watch a touchdown. Caleb Evans actually attacks the ball and get interception.
So, Cody, I think probably only one cornerback's getting cut out of like the main group. Do you think Booth will make it over Evans?
No, so last year we carried 6 corners last year.
Don't spoil it.
We carried we carried 6 corners last year. We have a total was 11 on the roster right now. Or yeah, someone's getting cut. And if you can
Can I
name
see the list?
yeah, go Google it. It's on Google. Use that phone. Everyone's got one.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me say it this way then. Cornerbacks who were on the team last year that are on the team this year.
Yes.
Because I can name a couple corners that's getting cut.
I
I
can
got
name
11.
Hey,
Well,
Shaq, are you cutting Booth and Evans?
No.
Okay, I just had to ask that. And
Then
see.
you got to cut. You got to cut. Najee Thompson.
Why can't we
Najee
keep
Thompson.
7?
Not
Why
You
can't
don't
we
have to
keep
cut
7?
Najee Thompson. You don't have to cut him.
Why
We'll
not
find
just
out
keep
why
all
later.
11?
I feel like it's not 11 anymore though.
Name me those corners
Oh, I
that you
got
want to keep
Hold
on
on.
this team. That are going to be on this team.
Right.
Can somebody start typing the corners in the chat, please?
Yep. Shaq Griffin. Shaq Griffin, right? That's 1.
Byron Murphy,
2. Mekhi Blackman.
Mekhi Blackman.
All right, and we go down to
Booth and Evans.
we're not counting Booth and Evans just yet.
Just
Right.
yet.
Who's the guy?
Oh, Kyrie Jackson.
Kyrie Jackson. That's 4. Who's the guy that just got switched the corner?
No, he got switched out of corner, big dog.
Oh, out of corner.
Safety.
Oh, McGovern. That's 5.
McLovin.
Oh, now we love UDFAs, and they're not just pieces of shit washed up. See how that works?
Well, if he gets cut by us, he will then become a piece of shit washed up.
So we're the same as the Panthers. You have us on the same level. All right.
AJ Green the third.
No, AJ Green.
Jalen Williams.
Shaq, I already called Shaq.
Did we cut Juwan?
Jalen.
Okay, like these names you're saying now, like, are you really going to keep them over Booth and Evans? Like, okay, now we're getting into that point. No.
So wait, hold on. Let me count these.
This might take a while, guys.
Shaq's wobbling so much he's phased out of the frame.
No, it's not a wobble. It's a Shaq sway.
No, it's a lean.
It's swaying Shaq.
I'm gonna be close. I gotta visualize. I gotta see.
Visualize.
Yeah, we can keep at least 7 of these cornerbacks. It's a passing league. Why not keep 7?
Because we're keeping so many safeties.
We are. I think we are going to keep 7.
At the end of the day, what we need our secondary to do cover.
If you keep more corners and safeties, you lose defensive tackles.
I was just going to say we're not going to have any defensive tackles anyway, so we might as well.
Might as well.
Hey, can Booth play like the 3 tech? I mean, can he? I'm sure he'll have a quick first step.
So the thing with Booth is he actually showed some promise here and there.
Oh my God! Like, please no.
Let it be a competition. We'll see in preseason before we can decide on to cut Booth and them, because Booth actually has some good plays according to PFF, and you can ask Keith because you know he's PFF fanatic.
Booth's making a team this year.
I think Booth makes a team. I think it's between McGlothern, whatever the dude is, Arkansas boy, Jalen Williams.
We got practice
or Caleb Evans. One's got to go, or two's got to go.
Right, that's correct.
Yeah, Shaq, you are absolutely right. I do think Booth is going to make the team, and I don't need PFF for that, even though I have looked it up before. Just so my conundrum with Booth is when I saw him get in, I saw him make some plays, and I saw his side of the field being avoided. What I can't explain is how come it didn't end up resulting in more playing time. He got in maybe 2 or 3 games, and he played like 20 to 30 plays in those games, but that's like all he played. And I can't explain why he didn't get more playing time, because in that limited sample, I thought he played well.
So you got to think about it. Who is our starting 2 corners? If we only playing 2 corners, then.
Well, see, they brought in Shaq Griffin,
Murphy, Shaq, probably, and well,
Kyrie
not sure. There's going to be a third. Murphy, Shaq, and Blackman I think are the 3.
Yeah.
But they want to play Brian Murphy in the slot. So they're going to need an outside corner.
Well, they drafted one, and they just picked one up off free agency.
You see Kyrie Jackson starting this year?
When Murphy not playing outside, you going to put Kyrie Jackson in?
I don't think Jackson's playing defense. He's there as a special teamer.
Oh, don't say that, bro. No. I know he was drafted in the 4th round, but that was our 2nd round pick, bro. No, he is a cornerback.
I don't see Blackman starting because he has to play. I don't want him playing outside. He'll have to play inside.
What up, Leonard? Skol, buddy.
What's up, fellas? Skol. Happy birthday, Keith.
Thank you, sir. Skol.
The issue is Murphy going back to the slot, and that's what hurts. That's what hurts Caleb Evans and
it doesn't though. It doesn't, because that was the vision. They brought him in to play the slot. They had to play him outside out of necessity.
Mm-hmm. And they
didn't have anybody else.
they brought him in for that, and they had a Caleb Evans come in, and they realized Caleb Evans didn't work out. So now they had to find a replacement for Caleb Evans.
So here's the thing, though. You also got to think about it. How many concussions have Caleb Evans had since he's been with us?
3, right?
Yeah, but he didn't have any last year, did he?
No, it's
I think he had 1, didn't he?
I don't think so. I do think he had an injury, but I don't think it was a concussion.
Yeah, it was 2020.
It's not about how many he had last year. It's about how many he had in general.
Yeah.
You got to think about.
Man, quit bringing up old shit.
So he's been trying to adjust, and maybe that adjustment, he's like, he's falling back in coverage and trying to tackle a certain way. Because it's been spurts when Caleb Evans has looked like the number 1 corner.
I do remember him having a press conference in preseason last year and saying something about adjusting his tackling. where he's not leading with his head and he's not trying for a haymaker every time, and that was what caused the 2 concussions the previous year.
Yep, and a new helmet.
Booth is just, man, that dude gets a hangnail. He's on IR. You know.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I think Hawk Tua, he like started doing like karate or something. Could not have concussions.
1 interception and 7 passes defended in 2 years. That's not good.
For who?
Yeah, no.
Caleb Evans.
Who in the water?
Why'd you even ask? You already knew who the answer was.
I did. That was called self-destruction.
Keith wants to finish his beer by the halfway point of the call.
And we're not even close to that, Fish.
Well, I believe Booth and Evans. Jeez, guys.
They got something to say, if they got something to say, let them say it.
You gotta soundbite them dogs, man. You gotta soundbite them dogs.
I think it comes down to Booth or Evans. Those are the 2 that you have to choose from. Who's staying on the team?
So I say Iron stay, Griffin stay, like Caleb Evans stay, Blackman stay, Booth stay. That's only 6.
Of the 2 between Booth and Evans, the only one that's shown me any kind of corner starting capability when healthy has been Evans. So,
are you sure?
Makai Blackman?
Of the 2 Keys, I'm not talking about Blackman. I'm talking about Evans.
So you're going to disregard what I said about the Booth playing and played well. And
I don't think he played well. I think that you're looking at a mirage. I don't think he played well.
I think you don't know what you're talking about, to be honest, right now, and you're just hoping it sticks to the wall.
Yeah,
because I wasn't rewatching those stupid games and then doing the all 22 every freaking week last year.
Well,
I wasn't.
I might have to ask what you're watching when you do that.
Yeah. Did you watch him get benched? Did you see the bench on all 22? Where he's just sitting down?
What player are you referring to, Cody?
We already know.
that counts.
Cody, do you think his coverage was bad? Do you think he was out of position?
Yeah, he had 1.9 yards of separation between him and the receiver.
Really? Show me that. When you show me that, I'll believe it. I'll buy it. 1.9 yards.
Here comes the call to NORAD.
The Chargers game, what did it for me? When that ball was thrown right to him, it bobbled it, went through his hands, and they caught it for the game-winning touchdown. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm done.
Separation, 2.2 yards. I'm sorry, I was off by a little bit.
So tell me the rest of them. Tell me how that measures up.
2.2 yards of separation?
Tell me how it measures up.
From the receiver.
Tell me how it measures up.
But so now what about Booth?
How about Booth? Tell me about the rest of them.
Andrew Booth.
It's not, you can't just say, 2.2. What's that? Yards, dick size? What is that?
Andrew Booth is getting a TikTok tomorrow, guys. Just letting you know that.
I'm just saying, why can't we keep 7 cornerbacks?
Because he don't like
because we got to keep 14 safeties.
1.2 yards.
Say again?
1.2.
Is what?
Not 2.2. Whole ass yard.
Is what?
Booth.
Yard of separation between him and the receiver after the ball gets catched.
Sounds like he still sucked.
Why? Why, Fish? How many touchdowns did you see him give up?
I'm just saying 1.2.
How many deep passes did you see him give up? Because it's this many. It's that many for both of those questions.
So the only thing I care about, fuck those stats. When we're playing the elite receiver, are you putting Booth Jr. on him? That's the only thing that matters.
I mean, he's played either against the number 1 or the number 2 receiver, and I don't expect him to be a cornerback 1. I don't even expect him to be cornerback 2.
Yeah, when they threw in,
we're looking for CB4 right now.
Who's the guy that took over for Caleb Evans during his 2 bench games?
Jawan Williams. The guy we cut. The guy we.
It wasn't Jawan. It was another guy.
Jalen.
You guys want to see something cool? You guys want to see something cool? Or no?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yes.
What?
Whoa!
What is this?
And he ruined it by walking away. There he is. Fucker ruined it by walking away.
What up? What happened? I was trying
What's up, Dylan? Skol, buddy.
Dylan, we don't.
Dylan, where you drink at?
Caleb Evans.
Boo.
Okay, that was cool to me. Whatever.
Oh, you did 7 people.
I liked it.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Ain't that
kinds
something?
of different stuff happening.
Ain't that something?
Happy birthday, Keith.
Thank you, sir.
You old ass motherfucker. No, I'm just-
I am not 50, man. I am old though.
I don't know who got that started, but whoever it is, we need to take them out back.
Yeah.
Right? It hurts
It's all
the
good. It's a
feelings.
good number.
Wait, hold on. I'm catching up with some comments. Sean, what the hell do you mean, Sean? I normally wouldn't do this, but I'm getting keenum slander again in the comments.
So Shaq, is your boy going to join us on the call?
Yo, Sean, I don't know. You can send him the link.
The link is
Yeah,
pinned in the comments, and it says at the bottom, "Click pin link if you want on." So,
Come on.
I mean, I start putting arrows, maybe. I don't know what else I can do.
Do the David point.
Dylan, you better watch out because this dude worked for Bleacher Report. He knows.
So, some background about Sean. He's a guy I met, Bleacher Report Vikings fan, and he's been putting me on game from back in the day, the 70s and 80s, Fran Tarkenton. Because, you know, we all know Fran Tarkenton's a good quarterback, but how many of us actually watch Fran Tarkenton play?
As a very little one,
There
and then
you go.
watching old games.
Man, Fish used to watch Jim Brown play.
As a kid, probably.
I mean, I watched some Jim Brown games, and that was a man amongst boys.
I was trying to find an
article.
article from Sean on Bleacher Report anywhere. I couldn't find it.
Punk, I'm not 50, but thank you.
What,
You don't like
How
Big
old are
was
you?
big.
what,
You don't
was,
look like a day over 34.
what was the joke
Like
about
42, 41.
What was
41?
the joke about me and the Bleacher Report dude? I'm confused.
Yeah, he's like 2 years older than me. 3 years old. Yeah, 3 years older than me.
You're not even 40?
No, I turn 40 next year.
God.
Hey.
Black don't crack.
Hey, bro. You did not
I
age
feel
well.
you, man.
Yeah,
You know.
I don't. I smoked way too much and partied way too much when I was younger.
You don't look
I'm
a
a
day
grown
over
man.
50. I'll tell you that right now.
I know, right? Yeah, I know.
Let me tell you something. If
Good for
Leonard
that.
actually went clean shaven, he'd probably look 27.
You might
Yeah.
look good.
Sometimes you got to fuck
But
with
you know what? I don't want to see that again. I don't want to see that again.
No, it looks good.
And I know he wasn't clean shaven to a normal person, but he was clean shaven to Leonard, and I don't want to see that again. Like if he has to do it, like because he's got to go to court or something, or for a job, then all right, I'll accept it. But any other reason, no. Keep that thing growing. Hawk
Yeah,
2 of that thing.
Matter of fact, tie some weights to it to make it grow faster.
No.
You know
I
what?
don't wanna- I
I'm
don't wanna
enjoying watching
pull it
the
out.
progression. Fish just wants to end. I'm enjoying the journey.
Yep.
I think Leonard has a
Right.
good shot at making
I'm trying to see
Viking
the
mascot.
Vikings logo.
If he,
I could never be Ragnar. I could never.
no,
be
no, you'd be
Ragnar.
way better than Ragnar. I think you just have to look. Dude,
Are you the dude that paints himself purple?
Yeah.
No,
No.
After death or whatever.
I'm good for the Seattle game. I'm gonna try to find.
I know
some
what I should
purple
do.
paint.
I should send Leonard one of these helmets
There you go.
because if he wore it, it would look spectacular. Me, it looks stupid. Leonard, it would look awesome.
Nah, you look good, Fish. All right, and we'll play that video back.
We're all
Yeah, that's
going
my
to Nashville.
bloodline.
Dylan's in trouble again. Dylan be getting in trouble at home.
He's always in trouble.
I bet you he took the trash out before he came on, but he didn't put a new bag in.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting yelled at. He's got to go put a new bag in.
He
There
put the
is.
bag in wrong. It's
No.
like the
He didn't put
strings
a
are
bag
not
in
on
at
the
all.
side.
I know that one because I never do it until I get yelled at for not doing it. Then I go do it.
Y'all were talking about the Vikings hats and stuff, and I forgot that on a Secret Santa one year, I got this cool little Vikings little tusk.
Nice.
I have
Oh,
the same
Caleb
one.
Oh, that is pretty cool. I was like, can you drink out of that thing?
Yeah, that's what it's for. It's a cup.
Can you Hawk 2 on that thing? I hope that she dies really soon. I want to go on.
Well, stop resuscitating.
Yeah, right.
Hey, no, Fish, it's already in the wheelhouse. It's at least 3 more times during this show.
Okay.
But I'm hoping after this week it goes away for good.
It's not.
I just want to let y'all know I shared this with Keith yesterday.
Think of a thing.
I shared this with Keith yesterday. The lady who made our shirts made a Hawk Tua 24, like a campaign T-shirt, like Hawk Tua for 24. Oh my gosh!
So now I'm 60.
So Keith, how was Fran Tarkenton? How were the purple people?
Hey. Well, I was there for his birth. Yeah, I actually delivered Fran Tarkenton.
So you see footage of Fran
His mom was a saint.
Zach Wilson's mom was a saint.
Well, hello,
woman.
ma'am.
Oh,
Wow.
that's the 5th little one that we've seen.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. So let's Joe go ahead and jump into our group of the week because we're grading one group every week from this team. We've done the receivers, we've done the tight ends. We've gotten A's on both of those so far, and I don't think that's homerism. I think we're very strong there. Now we're going on to the running backs. We'll see if we get a little bit different here, or maybe we get another A because we're just a fucking good team. I don't know. We'll see. So last year the Vikings kept, what was it, 3 or 4 running backs on the 53 man? I think it was 4 once, and Wangu came back, right?
4 because you guys had McBride.
He wasn't.
He
No, he
wasn't
was
on
on
the
practice
roster.
squad. He's practice squad. We had Cam Akers.
Oh, I thought you meant for training camp. My bad.
No, I'm talking about the 53.
Oh, no. 53.
Did he
So,
get,
like,
did he get
what's that?
Did he get a snap on offense? Can
Did he get a snap?
Kene?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He got an offense.
He got offensive snap.
I mean, I might have enough fingers to tell you how many plays, but he did get in.
Yeah.
He got a couple little screen passes, a couple little runs. Like, he got in.
It was
Yeah,
the
Madison
week,
got hurt,
KOC
didn't
said he wanted to play Ty Chandler more and see what he can do. So he just said, take Ty Chandler out, throw Kenny Nwanu out there. That's what happened.
Yeah, pretty fucking much.
That's good carry, man.
One more time.
So how many running backs do you think we go into this season with? 4?
Yeah.
4, 3 and 4s.
It pains me.
I mean,
It pains me.
Ham
Is
counts.
because Kenny Nwangu is not
Only
being a running
3?
back.
I know, but
He's
I'm
not
saying
being-
but he is though. I mean, he's a running back. So you're telling me, Fish, you think we're going in with this season with Aaron Jones, Ty Chandler, and Nwangu, or is Nwangu getting cut because he don't do shit?
Well, first things first, the reason I said 3 was because, I mean, if we're not going to use him, we don't need Ham. Yeah, I think it's
back.
That was an omission on my part. Could have used that, but yeah.
I mean,
My bad.
do I?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
I mean, is he our kick
There might be
returner?
one free. I could see 4 if we could get a free agent I like. I see Kenny still staying on the team. I don't see anybody else returning kickoffs other than him right now.
Does CJ count for this tally?
That's what I'm counting him as, the running back.
CJ Ham?
Yeah.
I'm counting
Yeah,
him
and
as-
that's why I said it pains me to say 3 because we didn't use him right. And if we're not going to use him right, that's a big cap hit.
If I'm being honest, in the spirit of it, I was not considering the fullback
Right.
Yeah,
Same.
now
You're not gonna agree with fullback.
because I almost feel like if we don't keep CJ Ham, then we just don't have a fullback.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is
what they're
how,
saying.
which is probably how
I
it
think
should be. I like CJ Ham, but I mean, we have 4 fucking tight ends. The 3 plays we're gonna run all year that you need a fullback. They just put a tight end.
How much would we like
Well,
CJ Ham if he wasn't from Minnesota, a Minnesota guy, a good guy, nice guy, doing things in the community? If we just a football player, how much would we actually care about CJ Ham?
A lot.
Can he block?
He was really good.
Can he block?
When we ran something other than a shotgun or a pistol.
Can he
Or
block?
when we have like a good running back, we
Yeah,
could run the
Yeah,
ball with or
he can
without him.
block.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Can
can
he
block.
block?
Yes.
Yeah, he can block.
He can block.
Yeah. That's my
That's
biggest thing.
really
with CJ.
bad.
My thing is, I think KOC definitely wants to run the ball this year. I honestly believe that, and I think
I mean,
that's
we're
why-
gonna run the ball, but are we gonna run the ball from under center? Is the question.
Yes, I think that's why we keeping so many tight ends. That's why we brought in so many tight ends this year. Also, you're gonna have that heavy set, that I formation, the goal line. You know, you're gonna run they're gonna run the fucking football this year. I think that I heavily believe in that, especially when you have a first year quarterback that isn't very good in Sam Darnold and a rookie quarterback behind him with Nick Mullins. I think he's seen what Ty Chandler could do. Right, he's been talking about just he couldn't fit the offensive scheme into that position because he didn't have those tight ends and play shit. I think he has the tight ends now. I think he keeps Ham, and I think he's going to be running the ball. I think we're going to see a running game this year that has been more heavy than since we've seen it in 2017. I think
didn't we
But-
have 3 or 4
Sean,
times?
what does that mean? Hold on, sorry. Sean, what does that mean? Ham is the number 2 fullback in the NFC. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, there's 6 fullbacks in the NFC.
But it's probably not even 6. Like, what is okay, cool. Like, if you're the number 1 fullback in the NFL, okay, cool. Like, we probably hold on to that guy.
I mean, we need the position. He a fullback. So, if we run the ball, hopefully, but I'm hoping. With KOC, we don't know if he's actually going to run the ball because he said the same shit last year. He's going to run the ball, and we didn't run the ball. Granted, we had Alexander Madison, but he's seeing Alexander Madison from preseason training camp OTAs, knowing that he is what he is, and we still put him out there, and he couldn't succeed. So I don't know if KOC is actually running the ball. I'm hoping he does run the ball because he needs to add that to the offense.
He had a full year with Madison to look at him the year before. 22 was basically tryout. They're like, oh, yeah, we like you. Yeah, but we like you as a backup who gets like 5 touches a game and can play a game here or there, not be the one to count upon.
And that's
To
what
be fair, I understood how he fooled all you guys thinking he could be the starter, because the 5 times he had the ball, he did look really good, But it really takes like true elite NFL minds to understand that he wasn't going to be,
Oh, okay. Dylan, I was about to agree with you till you got all stupid about it.
I'm just
So snobby.
You've been talking to too much. All right, you've been talking to too much. I'm gonna tell you this. I said the same thing about Madison like the past 2 to 3 seasons. When he would come in for Cook when Cook got injured, he would have that one good game. He would run for 120, 140, look great. But then, like the next 2 games he had to start, he didn't do jack shit when other teams were preparing for him. So, he would always have that one good game when Dalvin Cook would go down, but then he would come in as the starter for that game and get shit on.
Oh, no, I don't mean Madison as a starter. I mean, like, him as a rotational back because, dude, when Madison would get the ball after Cook, that shit would be tight. Like,
he is a rotational back. That's what he is.
No, yeah, he would jump over dudes.
No, you know what he is? You know what he is? He's fucking gone. He's not a Viking anymore. That's what he is.
I was waiting for the punchline. As soon as David said, you know what he is? I'm like, oh, God, this is going to be good.
Let's go with the Viking team, man. Can we talk about that?
It's because they didn't expect us to give him the ball. So it's like when you don't expect Madison to run the ball, it's not like, oh, we got to stop Madison. It's okay, they hand the ball to running back, and he's kind of good at that. But when they know we about to hand the ball to Madison, they laughing at us.
What I don't get about NFL, because defenses run a double Mabel concept now. It's basically Nick Saban's defense from Alabama. That's what they run. They run these double concepts where everything is covered on the outside. You got one middle linebacker in the middle watching over the side. You're either in a 3, you're in a 4, cover 3 or cover 4, or you're sitting in cover 2 with the safeties drop down. And there's 3 down linemen. There's 3. You should be able to run the ball. We ran the ball last year, I think on average, it was 11 times a game.
So Robbie said something in the comments, Cody, and I want to know if you think this is true, that we were too fumble prone running the ball. Do you think that kind of got KOC off of the running game? He got too scared about the ball security?
Yes, 100%. And then he decided to toss the ball to his quarterback. And he's like, that was like his last ditch effort to run the ball. Like maybe Josh Dobbs, since he's been running for a couple 2 weeks, maybe he can be our running back on this trick play and see what he does. and then he coughs the ball up because he got slammed. And Madison was that guy. He started running back, but he coughed the ball up. He was giving so many chances, even after he came out with, if you fumble the ball, there's going to be consequences. Like, there was zero consequences for Madison fumbling the ball.
Out there, hitting the players.
Yeah.
Just touching back on Ham again, I'm just going to say this. If we go 10, 11 weeks without a rushing touchdown again and Ham's on the roster and he doesn't get touches in those situations, I'm going to write a strongly worded letter.
But I thought he was a good blocker because I know he blocked in those situations where we weren't scoring touchdowns.
Why was
Either way, but I mean, he can also do a short.
I get he didn't get handed the ball, and that was a mistake in my opinion, and I agree with you.
And
but
he also
called him a good blocker earlier, and he did not block any open lanes for a touchdown.
Well,
He wasn't even in the game in those situations.
Okay, Michael Fish, you will be getting some messages in your DMs.
Well, I want to see those plays when we're within the 10-yard line. I want to see how many times CJ Ham was actually on the field. And we wasn't.
Inside the 10, I'm not going to go inside the 10, but inside the 5, he was in there a lot, and you would see him look lost, to be honest, like when he was going to try to block somebody in those situations. He wasn't open up any holding into the goal line.
How many times were inside the 5? 4 times?
Yeah, 4 times, Cody. All year. That's it.
Well, CJ Ham is at least good for 1 rushing. And
Yeah, how many yards of separation was there?
I want to see one of
CJ Ham and the guy who was trying to block.
Well, I need to see the stat. How many times was CJ Ham inside the 5-yard line?
All right, well, house meeting, y'all. We're gonna be talking about this after the show. Okay, like we're gonna have to get together and talk about this because
I tell you what, I'll be asleep. Y'all just give me the crib notes.
Fish, I have your phone number. Okay, you are not going to sleep.
Oh, that's on silent. My mom's tried to call me 3 times during this call.
Man,
Tell your mom I said hi.
I feel get your sleep.
Hi.
When you need it, get your sleep.
Huh?
I said, when you need it, get your sleep. Don't let us stop you.
Oh, nobody can.
Nope.
I mean, I try, but no. I think I might have gotten to stay up late maybe once. But then we lost members in the group, so that wasn't a great idea.
Like, why didn't you put Ty Chandler there on the 5? He's averaging 4.5 yards a carry.
Here's the 5.
So I put up our running backs. Am I missing anybody up there on the list? I got Aaron Jones, Ty Chandler, Kenny Owangu, Myles Gaskin, and Dwayne McBride.
Is McBride still a Viking?
He is.
Yes.
He was on the practice squad the whole season, and nobody scooped him up, amazingly.
Sorry.
So out of these 5 guys, what 3 are making the team? Jones, obviously, and Ty Chandler. Okay, so I was stupid. Sorry, my bad. Who's RB3? Myles Gaskin, Dwayne McBride, or Kenny Owangu?
Kenny
Owangu.
Cam Akers.
And I'll say this.
I mean, I would love that.
Whoever could do kick return, that's going to be RB3.
That's a whole other conversation. That is
it is because I don't think it has to be a running back.
It doesn't.
At this point.
Who else is going to do kick return for us?
Wide receiver? Brandon Powell?
Powell? You what? Powell doing
somebody who's shifty.
Yeah, he's not going to fumble that like a punt.
No, I want a running back there. I want a running back there.
Chandler might do it.
Chandler?
It's basically like another football play.
Chandler, that's a good one, actually, David. I didn't even think about that, but yeah. I was reading like a lot of teams might actually use like starters for that position because it's like a running play.
It's a running play. What it is.
So that's basically what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nwangu, in one way, this new role makes it seem like Nwangu might have a new role for us, but another way, he might be more expendable now.
It depends on how they attack the play. If it's a straight line play, Nwangu's your guy, but he don't have vision, man. He doesn't. That's why he's not a good running back. And you need to have vision if they're going to play zones or wide zones. You got to have vision, and he don't have it.
Why stop there, Rinaldi? He's
not that fast either. He ain't that fast either.
He don't got running back moves. He don't
Any of them
spin
want
moves.
He's not.
fast.
When he ran back those
No.
kicks for touchdowns, he did not look
Yes,
slow.
you
I'm
look at
sorry.
his-
I was
Yeah,
gonna
he's
say, I
fast.
think
The
I'm
one against the
tripping because I'm
Bills,
the
he
only
looked
one that
pretty
thinks
slow.
Kane is like
He's fast.
Definitely
Kane
never
is
10.
explosive, bro. You get Kane
So Kenny is fast, but he doesn't
like a
have
4.39
vision, so he
40.
always get tackled because he don't know where he's going, and
I
then
mean,
he doesn't have running back moves on top.
you're-
He's not even the fastest running back in the team. Ty Chandler ran a 4.32. So he ran a faster 40 than
There's
Kenny.
40 speed and then there's
So-
game speed.
I mean, I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
I personally do not think he is that fast. He's not Cordero Patterson fast. No way.
I mean, that's fair. And we got Aaron Jones, who's probably going to take more snaps than Ty Chandler.
Kenny
So,
ran a 4.29.
we could use Ty
4.29.
Chandler as a kick
Oh,
returner.
4.29. Okay.
4.29.
And I knew Kenny was fast, but he just don't got no vision
That's what it is.
But you
or
don't need no
moves.
vision when you're returning the
I
ball.
feel
So,
like
if we're looking from a running back standpoint, let's forget the special team aspect. I mean, it's kind of crap. You got Gaskin, you got Nwangu, and McBride. Like,
But all
which
you need
one
is-
of those three? Which one of those three are you keeping in case they got to come in during the game and play running back?
Gaskin.
None of them. I'm keeping
Don't like the idea of any of them, to be honest with you.
And I'm going to agree, but I'm going to agree. I think it was Ronaldo who said it. I think it's Gaskin.
Gaskin speaks.
2 years in the system. Play
And he has experience as being a starting running back.
Been
How many
signing cut
how
like
many
5
ACLs
times.
does he score?
Those four behind Aaron Jones going to have to play special teams. Whoever does it the best, that's who we keeping.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Chandler's not going to get
There were
run.
other choices.
I
You
mean,
wanna-
it's cooked out there.
Hey, my grade for the running backs is an A. I'm just gonna say
A
it
what?
right away.
What?
Yeah.
You're tripping.
A what?
Yeah,
You said a what?
You're tripping.
What?
an A. Because
Wow.
I like Aaron Jones so much. Just because he was on your fantasy team and you didn't start him for the final 5 weeks of your fantasy team, that's not my
He was
fucking
probably
problem.
hurt.
That dude went off.
He was
That
probably
dude,
hurt.
that dude single-handedly brought the Packers to the playoffs. Single-handedly
How?
brought the Packers to the
How?
playoffs.
He got injured the second.
Can
he
you
got
look
injured
at the
week
final
one.
5 weeks of the fucking season and then tell me?
He got injured week one.
He averaged like 120 games.
Yeah.
120 yards a game he averaged.
Let me
in the
hear
last
him
5
be
weeks.
healthy.
Final 5 weeks. I'm sorry.
He
you didn't
averaged like 5 yards a carry for his career.
Shit, I would have
Yeah.
traded you by the time, but it was trade deadline was over.
He was hurt after week one, and he didn't come back until like week 8. And he
And
was
what did
still
you
dealing
do?
with a
What did
hamstring
you do?
injury.
What did you do?
He missed a lot of time. Then he came back and dominated. But
Yeah.
Who did the
But his
Packers play
stats say that
five-
he played in 11 games yet last year and only ran for 700 yards. Give me that one.
Who did the Packers play those 5 weeks? I'm just curious.
Us.
what did it say he averaged
Uh,
per carry?
Last year, 4.6.
Okay, that's good.
That's really good.
so when he did
So
play,
you want to ask me why he had 700 yards only? Because they only gave him the ball that much.
yeah.
Yeah.
but he was good.
But I mean, the
Passing,
11 games, but how much was he injured? I mean,
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
2 of those games he played a series.
After he came
Yeah,
back from the hamstring, he was kind of off and on hurt for a couple of weeks, and they were misusing him and
Mhm.
AJ Dillon. They were playing AJ Dillon way too much.
Yeah, they're trusting Jordan Love's weak ass arm.
I mean, I'll be honest. I was hoping we would have got AJ Dillon in the offseason, but the Packers thought the same way as me, and they kept him and let Aaron Jones go.
You just like his quads. It's okay. You
They
can
got young.
admit it.
Quad
got-
God.
Oh, it is.
I wanted a Thunder running back to go with Ty Chandler. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I did want that.
We've never had
Aaron
a
Jones
Thunder
is
running back.
that. If you
Leroy
look,
Horde.
Aaron-
bite your mouth.
Leroy Horde.
44, baby.
When Aaron Jones played, he was good. It's just he had a hamstring injury.
You know what? I think he's killer. And people look at it like, oh, he's a 30-year-old, but he's got a lot less carries than 30-year-olds have because
Yeah.
of, unfortunately, because of the injuries. But fortunately for us, like he's not the average 30-year-old running back. We might get a second year out of this guy.
I want to say it's like average touches this season is just a little bit over 200, which is really low for a
It
running
is low.
back.
He's not a bell cow.
He only
No,
had
he's definitely not.
here.
Yeah.
So
Hey, if that
even
man
when he
can
was,
take
like,
a
healthy.
handoff on first down and make it 2nd and 2 every once in a while, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, me too.
we
I think it's a
agree
B.
that there's really no running back 3 on this team. Do any of these guys interest you at all?
Go. Oh,
I see one.
I do too.
You said no. You can't say I do too now.
I didn't say no.
You guys want to hear?
There's too many people on the screens.
You want to hear Aaron Jones' stats to get some really good defenses in Dallas and San Francisco?
No, we believe it.
I would love to hear it.
108, 118. Then he played Chicago and he went off for 111. Chicago was a top 10 defense. 108 against San Francisco, 118 versus Dallas. Those are good defenses.
I mean, that is good, I guess, to what we're accustomed to knowing, but I just don't consider 100 yards that great. I really don't. Like, it's good, but like, I don't consider it great.
You only need to average 65 yards, or is it 65 or 75 to hit 2,000?
It must be no, because it's like 62 to get 1,000.
62.
Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah, it's like 115.
2,000 divided by
120.
17 sounds like about 125, 130.
If you're right, dude, oh my god.
Well, here.
I'm gonna call you the human calculator.
It's
am.
like 115 to 120.
He carried Green Bay to the playoffs.
He did. It definitely helped because it took a lot of pressure.
118.
Oh,
So
what'd I
118,
say?
and like,
115 to
and
120.
that should that's good. Like, that's good.
Yeah, he's a good running back. It's just he had the hamstring injury.
All right, Fish. You said you see one on this list. Who was that one?
I think it's just a matter of nostalgia.
I mean, that could be 2, 3 of them. Fuck.
I'm going to say Jerick McKinnon.
I like that one. I like
Jerick, but
But he's probably like 38 years old now, isn't he? I mean, how old is he?
38. No, probably like 32.
I feel like we have the next version of him in Ty Chandler, you know?
And that's the thing.
But I'm saying,
Yeah, but
Dylan,
he's a
I'm looking
proven
for an RB3 right now. So if he's like a Ty Chandler and Ty Chandler goes down and then we got Ty Chandler at home, that's a good thing.
Can he do special teams?
I was gonna say, would you trust any of these guys returning kicks?
No.
That's what matters.
Well,
I
tell you what, let's put Dalvin Cook back there returning kicks. Just like a screenplay.
Let's look at Shaq's boy. He says Kareem Hunt does both.
Yep.
I'm just saying, you gotta. He has to return kicks because at the end of the day, best case scenario, Aaron Jones don't go down. He plays all the games. You're not worried about RB3. Why? Because
we can go on the ball.
I'm not expecting Aaron Jones to play 17 games.
But that's best case scenario. I'm saying,
okay,
when we have Ty Chandler and then you want an RB3, most of these guys can't carry the offense by themselves and do a split. So it's best case, they have to do special teams. They had to be a special team ace to be an RB3. Shaq,
what did he play for last year? Because I know a couple of years ago he was looking for that real running back money that didn't exist no more. What did he play for? How many million last year?
Who? Dalvin?
7.
Kareem Hunt.
Oh, he got like 2 or 3.
Yeah, he got a little bit.
Mercenary now.
It wasn't.
That's what you're talking about, right, Shaq?
Shit, somebody. I just want.
Shaq's like, shit. I don't remember what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like that thought's gone.
Put all these whoever best at running on special teams and scoring touchdowns. Because at the end of the day, we got to score. That's a big part of our offense, or winning games was our special teams used to score touchdowns. So we wasn't always relying on offense to score touchdowns. If we could get somebody who could score on special teams, that's a bonus.
It could actually be a game changer.
What's the kickoff? How many touchdowns is it for the kickoff return?
Touchdowns?
The record. What's the record right now?
In a year?
Or a season?
In a career. Let's go career.
Is that Hester?
No, it's
Cordero's got 9.
I would say it's around 14, maybe 12.
It's Cordero.
Maybe. Yeah, with 9.
It's Cordero was.
He's at 9.
He's at 9?
He's got 9.
9 in how many years?
Cody, you need to have the answer if you're going to ask the question.
9 in how many years? How many?
What? It's been what?
How many does
years?
Kinney have? How many does Kinney have? And how many years has he played?
2 or 3.
3.
The 3?
Three.
Where's your answer?
Yeah, 3, because he had 2 one season, I think, and then 1 and another. I
Yes.
believe.
There's your answer.
Then none last year.
I don't remember any of the other ones. I guess I just remember the one against the Bills. I want to say it was.
So
the
he's
Bills.
averaging 1 a year. So he needs to play 9 years against Cordero. He ain't playing 9 years here.
Cordero played so far. He's
12?
Where are you going with this, anyways?
16 years.
I mean, Cordero could at least get on the field on offense and play.
You don't need
Like,
him to
there's
get
a
out.
difference. Yeah, but that's the reason why you keep him around, though. It's because he can actually play too.
Then
'Cause
why are we
at some
keeping
point,
Najee
someone's
Thompson
going to get
around?
hurt.
Why are we keeping Najee Thompson around?
Special
Because
teams.
Holy
special
shit!
teams.
Thank you for answering my question. There we go.
Well,
I'm
I
just saying.
think,
I feel like we got somewhere. I just don't know where.
No, we didn't get anywhere, dude.
right? I think that our running back room is B as it is because I feel like A's go to Saquon Barkley's and Christian McCaffrey's, and that's not what we have. So, but I mean, it's not a C, so we have a B, and out of that list, you know, other than like making a joke and saying I want Dalvin Cook, I think Kareem Hunt is probably like the best option on this list.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think it's between Kareem and, believe it or not, dust off Latavius Murray for another fucking season. But I live in New York State, man, and I get to see a lot of Bills games. And the reality is that guy played RB2 last year for the Bills, and he's still reliable. He could still pound out some. I'm not saying he's a bell cow. He's a running back 3. He's the guy that can come in, get 10, 12 carries a game, and get 40, 50 yards. He can still freaking do
And
that.
get some hard yards.
He still gets some hard yards too.
Yeah.
So somewhere
Yeah.
between Hunt and Murray out of that group, they're really probably the best third RB option. As far as my grade for this group goes, I will give. I have a hard time saying more than a C because of 33's freaking injury history. I just don't see the guy getting more than, I don't know, 160 carries maybe this year. I mean, we're going to have to rely on Chandler. And if one of them goes down, we got problems, man. It is not deep enough for me to go ahead and give it a B. I like their talent as a B. I just don't think the group is a B.
Well, how many
Cody, what was your grade?
on this
Hey.
team?
What?
How many running backs are you keeping on the goddamn team?
Somebody that could be a third. If one guy goes down,
But-
we're dead.
I think what he's
We don't
saying
have a
is
third, bro.
quality.
We don't have a third. That's why this thing's on the screen, Cody.
Yeah, I think like Rinaldi's just trying to say like the quality of the depth of the position like just isn't there.
Yeah.
So, Cody,
But-
what grade did you give him, buddy?
I gave him an A.
Cody had an A. He's
Okay, you were serious?
Yes, fucking dead serious. You
I
want
mean,
to
if Aaron Jones can stay healthy all year, I think it's
He only gave us
definitely an
13
upgrade from last year. But there's just no depth. There's just no depth.
Well,
I think it's a B. I think it's a B because of Chandler and Jones. I'm not saying.
All right,
it's
so what
bad,
did I miss so
but-
far? I got Cody with an A. I got Lenny with a B.
I
Yeah.
gave a B.
And I find it hilarious that Kareem Hunt, Dalvin Cook, and Aaron Jones all came from the same draft, and Aaron Jones was a later round pick than the first two.
People in the chat, even you, Sean, who's trying to leave right now. If you already said your grade for the running back group, say it again because I didn't catch it and I want to add it.
What's crazy is we're
Let's
talking
see.
about Kareem Hunt as a running back 3, but he's going to get picked up on a team for a running back 2 or a 1.
What's crazy is Dalvin Cook has more carries than this whole list at the bottom.
Like, are we fucking delusional?
Wait. Yeah, I think there might be a little bit of delusion that if people are saying they don't want any of those guys over Myles Gaskin or Dwayne McBride. I mean, Cook might be Cook, though, just to be honest. But, I mean, Kareem Hunt, I'm in. Jerick McKinnon, I'm in because he brings a different dimension to the game. He's not a typical, like, running back running up the middle. Like, that's a different dimension. It's a different weapon.
Jeremy can be a running back 2. On a team.
Maybe.
The comment
We're
was
not
just
going to bring him
that-
over for running back 3. He won't even come over. He'd be like, nah.
Yeah, that's what it
He's already got enough Super Bowl rings, Cody. Now he's just playing for the fun of it.
Yeah,
That's just
Kareem
what
Hunt's
we
not
want,
coming
right?
over.
Oh, I like those guys. I want the guys who are playing for the love of the game. All right, Fish, what did you grade him?
I'm giving him a D.
Like,
30-year-old.
I'm really gonna write this down.
Non-bell cow, Ty Chandler, unproven, wasn't given a chance in an offense that hasn't shown any desire to actually run the ball. No wide receiver, no running back 3. Kenny Nwangwu is not a running back 3. He's a special teamer. Myles Gaskin ain't gonna get it. I'm not impressed with this group at all. They're a D.
We
In
should
Madden?
look at other people's.
They're gonna be good for 5 games
God,
this season.
I can't wait. Hey, I can't wait to clip that, and I can now.
We should probably look at other people's depth charts before we start grading.
How do you know we didn't?
Look, you guys had at least 12 hours to do that.
Right.
True.
Cody
So-
makes a
Yeah,
fair
what do you
point.
give San Francisco's depth?
But
I like
I mean, I would put
Well-
okay. Here's a reference. Fitz over here giving a D, and again, I'm going to bring up PFF because that's just that's a resource that we have, and I'm going to use it. They put out a post today of ranking the running back rooms, and they ranked the Vikings 13th in the whole NFL.
Yeah.
That's not a D to me.
That's like a C, B.
A C.
That's a C. And that's the grade I give him.
A C.
Shaq, you gave him a C?
I'll give him a C because at the end of the day, we're hoping Aaron Jones could stay healthy. If he's healthy, then it might be an A, like Cody is saying. But we can't bank on that. So you got to rely on Ty Chandler and who else behind him. And he's not like those.
What is it? 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 down, or what?
So to be fair, how many running back groups actually have an A? Like like 5 or less, probably.
Oh, more
I
than
bet you the
5.
Eagles do.
So that means
No, I bet you the Ravens do.
that means like 6 to what?
Well,
6
actually,
in a B. It has to be like 6 to
Maybe
like
don't have J.K. Dobbins no more.
So you don't think there's wait, Dylan, you don't think there's 10 RB1s in the league?
I think there's 10 RB1s, but just because you're an RB1 doesn't make you an A.
But wait, we're not going A. You're like trying to make them a C or a D.
No. What I'm trying to say is that, like, because we said we're 13, right?
I don't think that's an A, just to be clear.
No, I don't either. But check me on this, on my theory. So 1 to 5 is probably an A. So that means 6 to like around 13 to 15 would be a B.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And then
But that's
after,
PFF's grade. Now I was just throwing that in there for context.
yeah, but
Ronaldo,
then I'm
did
just
you get
like,
a grade
I'm
yet?
throwing
Yeah, I
out
did.
that like there's not 10 A's. So if there's not 10 A's, how is 13 then possibly not a B? You know?
I hear you.
So then what are you going to say? Only number 32 is an F?
I would say like 32 to what, like 26 to 22 could be an F, and then 22 to like 15, 16 would be the D.
Ish. You're not off that far. You're
Yeah,
just
like
a little-
you know what I'm saying. Shaq don't, because he's drunk, but
That was fucked
What
up.
you saying?
Actually.
It kind of was.
I love you, Shaq.
And I don't even think it's.
Jack's over here vibing for my birthday, and you're over here talking shit, Dylan. We celebrated your birthday last week. Even when you weren't here, bro, I gave you a birthday shout out. I tried to find
Y'all were
it.
probably
Like,
talking shit for the whole 2 hours.
no, bro, I gave you a birthday shout out, and you weren't even here.
I know, I'm just playing.
I don't even think it's Aaron Jones for me that makes it an A. I have more faith in Ty Chandler to make it an A. To me, because I like Ty Chandler's 4 yards a carry with the limited usage that he had last year. Because he's shown those things, right? If you look at let's say the Detroit Lions, they got Josh Jacobs and they got David Montgomery. Did David Montgomery leave?
They got Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery.
Yeah,
The Lions have Gibbs,
That's a
Gibbs
solid
and
A.
Montgomery.
That's a solid A. There is
They
no
got
such
Marshawn
thing.
Lynch.
There is no
We'll see.
such thing as a fucking running back 3 in the
Well-
goddamn NFL.
Special teams.
What do you mean there's not a running back 3?
Nate, so here's your A's, right? I think Ty Chandler can be on the same level as Montgomery, Gibbs, or Jacobs Dylan. I think that's why I'm giving him an A. Because there's no such thing as a fucking good running back 3. If you want to say you got a good running back 3, and you're saying bring Kareem Hunt over, Kareem Hunt isn't playing running back 3.
That's
I can
facts.
promise you that.
That's facts.
Jarek McKinnon might though.
Jerry McKinnon started second running back 2 for a Super Bowl winning champion team.
Yeah,
He's
he'll
not
play
playing
brief.
Panther. I can guarantee that one too.
Yeah, these guys you're talking about, they say they're not gonna play RB3. You're right. They might be able to play RB2, maybe the RB1 for the Carolina Panthers. Like
They run it. Well, someone played RB2 for the Super Bowl champion Chiefs.
I'm just saying, you gotta. I wouldn't mind Jared McKinnon being our RB. It's just we need them to do a certain amount of plays to make the offense different or do special teams. Because if Aaron Jones is healthy, we're not worrying about who RB3 is.
That's the problem, though. Is he going to be healthy? That's the only scenario. Is it's a common factor.
If Aaron
And if
Jones
he's not,
down, we're
what's
not.
up? It's too late.
all right, you guys see it says there's only 6 viewers, but there's 7 of us on camera. So now you know that the people on camera do not count towards the total.
Now we know.
If Aaron Jones gets hurt,
There is 13 of us here.
let's just put this on. If Aaron Jones gets hurt, we are not running the football. Like we're gonna go back to slaying that bitch 50 times a game.
Well,
Look at Shaq throwing the parts out and everything. Lover boy.
Get injured.
Hot two on that thing.
Get it all out now because we're not doing Hawk Tuas next week. All of a sudden it becomes a segment, the Hawk Tua of the week.
I can't believe us as a species find that like that's who we make viral is those kind of people.
She was awesome.
Yes.
I mean,
Anything that's out of normal becomes viral. It doesn't mean it's a good thing or a bad thing. It becomes viral. Like,
We need to
like,
watch-
there's people who look at her like in a positive way, like freaky people, and there's people that look at her as disgusting, and I feel bad for her father. Like, it's not necessarily a great thing that she's going viral over it.
You need to watch Idiocracy. Watch Idiocracy.
Okay,
and,
yes, this world is definitely headed to idiocracy, but it's just like people that watch racing. A lot of people watch racing because they want to see the car accidents. That's all that is. It's a fucking car accident.
Or hockey for the play.
species.
wait, so I'm
So here's the important part of that video.
Go
though.
away,
The
I'm baiting.
Hawk Tua part is the one that gets the headlines. But the after question where the dude asked her how many on her roster, and she said 7.
Yeah.
And he said, do you like anybody? She says, yeah, there's one I'm pretty serious about, but he won't get serious with me. Probably because of the fact that you have 7 dudes on your roster, and he knows it.
Yeah, and his
Wait,
name
Fitz,
was
you didn't actually watch the video?
I
Yeah.
haven't
Hey,
seen it.
but
Oh,
she's
shit.
going to reproduce because she's got 7 on her roster. So that's
Yeah.
what we deal with.
Hey, she wasn't ugly.
no.
And her friend was like, I don't have any on my roster. And she was like, I got 7.
Yeah, but the
So
friend
what
who
you
said she
saying
has
is
none on
you
her
gotta
roster has
watch
12.
Yeah, 100%.
Cody, what was her yards of separation?
Here's the thing.
Zero.
I'd say it's probably pretty close.
I'll tell you that.
Here's another thing she said. She said something about getting over. How do you get over a dude? She said, get under another one.
Mm.
It was great.
You got
That's
a
who's
number
voting for our next president, guys. I want everybody to listen to that.
This is what
How do
football
you get over a
becomes in
breakup?
June.
She said, get under another guy.
When you're talking football in June and you're 2 hours in, this is what it becomes.
Yeah.
But we're here for the degenerates. We're not here for the casuals. We're here for
Yeah.
the degenerates. This is what you live. This is what we live. This is what we do. And sometimes we talk about stupid shit that's going on the internet.
Sometimes you just got to spit on that thing.
And we will go over cover 2
And that
cover
goes both ways, okay? Sometimes. I don't know about the whole loogie.
I was like, are they practicing? Y'all practicing or what?
So let's go to hot takes, fellas.
I thought we just did that.
Hot Tua takes.
Hot take. You're too quick for me, Fish.
I hate that.
That's what all the girls say.
Wow. You're just like me, Fish. All right. Let's do our hot takes for the week. Let's start with Cody because I know he has one stewing.
Yeah, so my hot take is I think Who was the last Viking to go over double-digit sacks? The rookie year Viking.
Rookie year?
Did Neil didn't do it rookie year?
No, he didn't do
No.
Rotational.
No. I think Dallas Turner is going to be the first rookie Viking to go over double-digit sacks in a year in the past, I want to say 40 years.
I like that.
Yeah, probably. That's a really good one.
For this, I'm just writing Dallas Turner double-digit sacks. We can check the validity of the other things, but you're going Dallas Turner double-digit sacks. And since you did that, I'm going to jump right in because mine is that Dallas Turner is going to be the defensive rookie of the year.
Bang, bang.
So,
Plus
so,
400.
so since you went there, I'm going to go ahead and throw mine out before Shaq steals it.
Shaq's going to say Sam Darnold's going to throw for 5,000 yards or some shit. I don't know.
He's already said that the last 2 weeks.
That's old. That's old.
Rinaldi, what you got?
Josh Metellus makes the Pro Bowl.
Hey.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
You said that last week.
No, I didn't.
I forgot what you said last week. I think it was about the offensive line. I think it was about the offensive line.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan, what you got?
Hold on, come back to me.
Fish, what you got?
All right, so I'm going to take it one step further, Rinaldi. Josh Metellus gets DPOY votes.
Wow. So he just gets both. Okay.
2.
What happens when you've been on live for 2 hours?
Did you just pop a drink? It took you 2 hours?
No one said a Caleb Evans.
Caleb Evans.
Oh.
No.
I was gonna, but I backed off.
Evans since the beginning.
Leonard, you got one for us?
Yeah, I got a pretty crazy one. Okay, so I think Will Reichard is going to lead kickers in points this year.
Wow.
I think he might break a record for rookie kickers, and I think he might be in the running for offensive rookie of the year.
So are you putting all three of these together?
Yeah.
And if one doesn't hit, you don't hit?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think he's gonna win offensive rookie of the year because that would be just too much. But his name will be in the running.
Okay.
Just being in the running sounds good enough to me.
Leonard took my first hot take to the next level. I said Reichard was going to lead the league in points this year. He just took it to the next level.
Well, he said lead kickers, which I guess is usually a kicker. So let me make this is clear, Lenny. You got Reichard's going to lead kickers in points. He's going to lead rookies in points and kicker rookies in history.
Well, yeah, in history, he's going to have the best rookie season of a kicker. And Blair Walsh had a pretty damn good one. He had
I was going to say that, but I'm saying that for next week. I was going to say that though.
That's fine. But I think he's going to break whatever rookie kicking record there is out there.
Okay, and then rookie of the year consideration.
Correct.
Hey, I found my answer. 21 years since a rookie defensive player had more than double-digit sacks as Kevin Williams in 03.
Oh, he had 10.
10.
Oh.
Yeah, 10.
I was gonna say Kevin Williams, but I was like, I don't know.
I was thinking DM.
Rinaldi, is that indeed a polo? I don't think it is it?
That's how E enters the chat.
Yeah, he says I've never seen Rinaldi in a polo. Is that a polo, Rinaldi?
Not really.
Is that a got collar on it?
More of a crew top, right?
No
Like a
collar.
sport-
It's a tennis shirt.
He just didn't iron it, E. It's not a polo.
That's 2020's golf.
It's like he's about to go call plays.
That's what it is. It's
Whatever it is,
Yes.
just do it, baby.
E, you still haven't seen it. Hey, E, jump on this call right this second and give a hot take. I want to show you something. E, jump
That
on this
shirt
thing.
shall now be referred to as the Air Rinaldi.
The Air Rinaldi.
Hey, Ronaldo's
Dylan.
going to Nashville, by the way. You hear that?
All right,
You know what?
I got my take.
Yeah, you're going to Nashville.
Go to Nashville.
We're going to Nashville.
I got my hot take. I found it.
Okay.
Spit it out.
I wasn't sure if you guys could hear me. Everybody was
We can
talking.
hear you.
Andrew Van Ginkel is going to be a slightly better signing than Marcus Davenport.
Oh, that's it.
You know what? That's disrespect. That's disrespect, but I'm gonna let you do it. But you need to quantify this somehow.
Yeah.
That's a
Put a number on it.
When
This
when
isn't
we're
the
live
mild.
at
This
the
isn't
year,
the
we're all
mild
gonna
takes.
be
These are
like,
hot takes.
you know how at the end of the season we were like, Quessy fucked up because he took Marcus Davenport, dumbass. What the fuck was he doing? That's what we're gonna be doing for Andrew Van Ginkel.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you one reason why you're already wrong because we didn't give him $13 million.
But we signed him to what? A 2-year deal, 3-year deal.
I think it was 2, like at like 8 or 10 mil.
So he's playing in 4 games.
Slightly better.
Slightly better.
Slightly better.
Wait,
I love
Yeah,
the cut of this jib.
Motherfucker's on
Killed
fire.
it.
That's hot.
I think this is gonna be the first one off of the board for the whole year that we do hot takes.
I love this cut, man. The only thing is you keep getting his name wrong.
It's Van Krinkle.
Crinkle.
Van Winkle.
Like I can't tell if that was a hot take or a freezing cold take. Like
Yeah.
it might be.
You're
Like
not
I think it's
gonna
a
know how
super
to-
hot take that's gonna end up a super freezing cold take.
You're not
That's the
gonna know
Texas
how to,
Roadhouse meal underneath the warming light.
nobody's gonna
I mean-
know how to say his name because it's never gonna be said.
Oh my god!
This is some 1980s McDonald's warming lamps with the burger in the styrofoam container.
He's like, look, I looked up Liz Frank's injuries and it's not good. Okay, guys,
No, I mean, just when we signed it, I was kind of just like,
let's get this party cracking.
You should have went Kyrie. You should have went Kyrie Jackson take. Your boy.
Oh, you can,
What up, E?
You
You got a full screen. You got a full screen.
I didn't know you could put 8 people up on here at the same time.
Yeah, now
can
you
now.
don't know. Now you know. E.
Nigga.
Hey, I should have stopped and let Jack do it.
Y'all can say that shit.
I
Got my free cash for the night.
I know you all saw that video.
So E, why you looking like JJ McCarthy's? Like his.
He's looking
his
like he's
young-
in witness protection.
I know.
I know.
The lights is off at the house. Man, the kids is upstairs about to go to sleep, and I turned off the lights and they just turned them back on.
She's like, the wife's like, you can get on, but you better not turn on a damn light.
Pretty much, yeah.
I pay the electricity in this motherfucker.
Yeah,
Let
don't
me-
wake these motherfuckers up.
He's like, fuck, but I'm turned on the flashlight on my phone.
Right? If I blink twice, help me.
We can't even see you blink, dog.
Definitely can't see Shaq blinking.
Oh, now we can.
Shaq ain't bleeding.
Yeah, put the glasses back on.
He's like he had glasses, like he still got glasses on, man. You can't see his eyes.
Shaq's next glasses are the ones that are awake, but he's sleeping.
Shaq's eyes are slits right now.
Dude, yes.
Oh, there's my guy.
There he is.
He
up?
got the
Dylan
light
done-
now.
He stole the lights from Dylan.
He's like, this one don't turn off.
Nuclear bomb. Look at him.
Dylan and E are actually in adjoining rooms, and E threw the lights on and blew the breaker on Dylan's
Right.
room. So
All right, let's give Emiliano a chance here for the reason we brought him here to give a hot take that's gonna last him for the rest of his life.
He's like, my
Alright.
girl let me come on and y'all just roasted me.
Right? Shit. My hot take would have to be. I'm trying to think of some bullshit.
Nah, not bullshit.
All right. It's not really a hot take because I don't think it's going to happen. But
Dylan take.
Jordan Addison is going to lead. Is going to finish top 10 in touchdowns.
Wow.
That's a hot take.
Was
That's
he?
a hot take.
Yeah, I like that one.
I'll take it.
But among wide receivers, right? Or in the NFL.
Among
Yeah.
wide receivers. Yep.
Okay.
That's actually really good because JJ finished his rookie season with 7 touchdowns.
I mean, that's like his career best.
Yeah, I know.
JJ's not a touchdown threat. He'll get you
No.
down to the red zone,
Yeah.
but he's not a red zone.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I got you out here. Finish this shit.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Now go ahead and fumble.
Yep, Jordan Addison.
Yeah,
top
he's like,
10 in touchdowns, and he's
like, you see what happens when I try to score inside the fucking goal line? I don't do that.
Well, how many touchdowns did Jordan Addison have last year?
9,
10.
10
10.
or 9.
10.
10.
Does slow down?
He's getting 13 plus this year.
13's a big number.
That's off the record. I already wrote yours down, but okay, 13.
Save that for next week, E.
Yep.
Wow, you're.
All right, I'm hopping down, guys.
I look like an idiot.
See you, Lenny. See you,
All right,
buddy.
Lenny.
Skol,
Bro,
brother.
it's only like 2 p.m. over there, Lenny.
It's like 9:30,
Wait, Lenny,
bro.
how's it so light outside? You live where the fuck I live, basically.
It's reflecting off of here, man.
Oh,
It's
the
okay.
reflection. Okay.
See how
That's
see how
crazy,
shiny
bro.
that is?
Like me and Leonard are in the same time zone. It don't look like that here.
Hey, I'm in the
better
same
phone
time zone
experience.
too, but it ain't that light outside.
You're even closer to him.
It is. Yeah, man, I don't know.
I'm in the
I don't
same.
control it.
So we now know that
All right,
Leonard
Lenny.
actually doesn't live
Well-
outside. He's in a studio, and those are the camera lights.
Is that the Truman Show?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in a simulation.
Oh,
See, that's
my
what
God.
I base my shit off of when I give the intake. If you don't have a good day, have a whatever he says. Like, don't be your dog, don't be your wife.
I've heard that before.
They figured it out.
Somewhere.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place for us to wrap this thing up. So let's go around the room for last takes. Start with you, Rinaldi.
I gotta come up with one. Last take. We are gonna eclipse our running last year. To Cody's point, we're gonna get 1,850 yards or more. I think we ended up with just under 1,600 last year. That's my last take. Let's have a good weekend. I'm off tomorrow. Happy birthday, Keith, and let's Skol.
Happy birthday.
That's
baby.
cool. Thank you. What do you got, Shaq?
So my final take, which is also my hot take, is we're going to have a top 3 offense.
Oh, my bad,
Top-
Shaq. Fuck. That's my bad.
Now you good. Top 10
Okay.
defense, top 3 offense. Happy birthday, Keith. Believe in your team. And we're going to the playoffs, baby. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. What you got, Dylan?
Shit.
Good. What
That's
you got,
it.
Cody? I'm just kidding. Oh, is that it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really got one. I mean,
No, you already did a hot take. Just like you got
Yeah.
final words for us, bro, before we sign off. Before you got to go play Family Man again.
I don't know. I don't-
Moving on.
You could just say like running backs rule, like something.
I just hope Keith doesn't delete the Discord this week.
It's already gone. I don't run the other one, so you're good. I can promise you, I will not delete that one. What you got, Fish?
Happy birthday, Keith. The YouTube channel is at 125 subs.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going, baby.
Yeah.
25 more by the
keep it
end of the
going.
month. That's the goal. 150 by the end
Keep
of the
it
month.
going. We got to keep that thing growing, guys.
And he's gonna find
Uh,
OnlyFans.
That's the focus. We want that YouTube. We want those YouTube subs up. We want to be able to go to YouTube. Stop having to play around with this Facebook thing and all the stuff that Daddy Zuck does. Let's keep this thing growing and becoming awesome.
We will be live on Facebook in a week or two.
All right, and that's all I got for Let's Go, baby.
What do you got? E?
Man, happy birthday. Let's
Thank you.
get those subs up, and the Vikings are going to have 5 players finish with 6 or more sacks this year.
Wow.
Ooh. Hold that one. Hold that one for next week when I ask you for a hot take. I want to write that one down. I'm not writing down this shit. For hot
I'm
takes,
stealing it.
I'll ask you first, E. Don't worry about it. I'll ask you first.
Yeah, Fish trying to take my shit.
All right. So I'm gonna let Cody finish, but I'll go first. I really don't got much to say except thank you for all the birthday wishes. The actual birthday is on Sunday. I'm not turning 50. I'm turning 42, which is close to 50. I appreciate you guys being here every week. Like everybody on the screen, you guys are here every week, and I appreciate that shit. This is fun as fuck to me. Like no matter what happens with this, like this is fun. So I appreciate you guys being here and giving me a 2-hour break away from everything else. So I appreciate that. I have more to be thankful for, but I'm gonna hold off for a minute on that, and I'll give it proper like. But you're seeing this StreamYard stream look a little different for reasons, and I will get into that later. What you got for us, Cody?
I'm gonna give Keith his proper banking. I'm gonna give Keith his proper birthday spankings in Madden tomorrow night or Saturday. It's gonna happen again. We're gonna play.
Okay.
We're gonna get it
Okay.
down. I'm gonna play with the Panthers this time. I'm gonna have
Panthers be cutting Jalen Redmonds and shit, dumbasses.
Yeah, Jalen Redmond. I'm playing with Jalen Redmond on defense now, but happy
Drop
birthday,
that gamer
Keith.
tag. I need on. Drop that gamer tag.
We're PS5. I'm PS5.
Yeah. Hit me up. I'm gonna give Keith happy birthday.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe this weekend. Don't drive. Don't drink and drive. Don't beat your wives. Don't beat your kids. Don't beat your dogs. Always stay safe. Thursday night, Friday nights for the real partiers. Saturday nights for the boys. Hey, have a great night. Take care. Stay safe.
Make sure you beat your meat.
Thank you, Lucy, Fitch, and Rinaldi. We will talk about that more. But until then, let's go.
Skol.
Skol, baby.
Caleb Evans.
I'm trying to end it.